By the way, was there something you had me doing when I was gone last week? Just to be
Die.
specific, and
I
I may
assumed that you
remember.
were going around, you're looking at all the Druidic teams and like piecing together what the game is before suddenly a little spout would shove this paper into your face and start asking you to sign up to be part of the team.
Okay.
Which, I mean, if you wanted to join Little Spout's team, obviously that is your prerogative. But that's what she would have done. I believe. Is this true, David?
Uh, wait. I mean, they are totally welcome to join the team. Team awesome, yeah. She will also ask around town, gathering information, to see if she can figure out how long these rounds tend to last.
Well, they typically last about 5 minutes total.
Oh, a round. Never mind, not a
Oh,
match.
yeah.
Okay, so like things that last really short periods of time, not as useful.
Oh, okay. Like are you meaning like rounds of the? Okay, saying I misunderstood the question. So like a round,
So
because
did I.
both teams pretty much get like 5 actions of their own, is pretty much like a minute per turn. Or like once all the teams have had a turn to go, it's pretty much like a minute. So
Okay, yeah, but things that only last rounds per level, probably not as useful.
probably not. No,
Minutes per level, perhaps.
this is true. Uh,
10 minutes per level, now you're talking.
yeah.
Hours per level, oh yeah. You can now just picture that little meme with the mind exploding everywhere.
Steady shoot. Are you there?
No,
Oof.
it also wasn't steady shoot.
Oh
What's
no.
that?
Was me.
Steady shoot. I
What's up?
we're going to start off with you as Ivory Drop eventually opens her eyes.
What's that?
She may or may
Oh,
not
okay.
have put a small for your size cigar just at the corner of your lip,
Mm-hmm.
and
Is it unlit?
it is unlit.
Perfect.
And she she looks on over, and you see her kind of like idly reading the letter that you had given her the other day.
Mm-hmm.
She looks up.
Yesterday.
This is
Last evening.
Yes, last evening. And she kind of like she's holding it like straight up in the air and like looks to you. Like, this is the sweetest thing. Who wrote this for you? I mean, it says my name here at the bottom as she boots it. But like, I didn't write this. Just smiles. Did you even take a good look at it?
I don't think I read it. No.
She kind of gets a smile. Would you like me to read it for you?
Yeah. Yes, I would.
She clears her throat and she gets this hoity voice. And if you want to follow along, you have I'm gonna put it right here for you. Hang on. It's gonna be amazing. Check your journals, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
Ivory Drops love letter.
Yes.
And I'll say, and I will say, I'll say, and I told you I woke up and it was underneath my hoof.
Oh.
So, what?
Is there just like a big hoof print on it? Like, well, starts out. She starts.
I mean, this wouldn't be it because I didn't give her the photo of herself.
Yes. Steady, like the axe he holds, strong and bold and steel cold. Epic, rolled from one afar, and cable cars of 30 stars. Else, where would my hero be but fighting evil with others free? In would come till 6 to some, and one would go get married. He looks up to you. That's so sweet. Continues. Then what of one, a lonely mare, and nothing quite in sight? How could she ever speak to one of so much might? Ever quiet to himself, yet famous to his name, the least and lad, except to those deserving of his name. And he kind of like looks over to the side where your axe is, and looks back up to you.
Leafs. In
In one swipe, the foul beast who dare attempt to brawl. bear his mark
Damn it, this
and
is
one
not-
of pain, as head alone
Ah,
will
there we
fall.
are.
Looks up to you again. Do you really like to behead people?
I mean, in adventuring, you managed to kill a pretty decent number of things.
She nods. That's fair. And she continues. Rage and anger in his swings is always plain to see, and yet, never in contempt does he let his axe sleep free. Rending mighty foes, alas, is not his only feat. Yeomen look to him for safety, tending to their weak. Steady, like the name would say, and ready in adventure no matter how far away. Valiantly sailing to lands unknown, even when the danger's known. Met with dragons, witches, even beasts, petty Persians, druidic heathens. He looks up. Really been on a lot of adventures.
Those are mostly things I have not fought, unfortunately.
Mm,
Did you say druidic heathens?
yes, part of the love letter.
But you haven't read that because I was the one who had it the most, and I did not read it.
Yeah.
Lo, my prayers answered for what he'd found, ever present and study bound, an ivory mare, and not by color. Steady, love, my big ol' flop, ever yours, Miss Ivory Drop. She holds it to her chest. That's so sweet.
Well, it just appeared all of a sudden, so I paid it mind, but I didn't finish it.
Hmm. You said it just appeared?
I woke up and it was there.
Ooh. Kind of considers this a little bit. Hmm. Well, might have been a misprint. She kind of shrugs. Maybe their name is really close to Ivory Drop.
What would that be?
Hmm. Kind of looks at it. Looks at the letter again. Pokes at like the second to last line. Maybe Ivory Flop.
They wouldn't rhyme flop with flop, would they?
Considers this.
Well, there is something else. I reach for my pack.
Mm-hmm.
You see it. It came in a note letter, and it had a photograph in it. And I opened the photograph. So it's probably a photo of her, right?
Yeah, it was one of those doctored photos that she'd left.
Yeah. And like I was there and she was there.
Mhm. And
I'm like, so this seems like if it wasn't you and someone put your name there.
she reaches for it and like looks at it. She just starts laughing. That looks like something that our photography team would make. She starts like pointing out like all the edges where like the photo had like she'd been doctored into the photo.
Are you saying she could tell it's shopped because she could tell from the pixels?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's usually how you tell when something's photoshopped. And she just points it out to you.
I'm sorry, it's before your time. I know you're young. It's before your time.
Oh, okay.
It's a meme from before your time.
Oof. Before they were called memes.
No. I think it was still past the regular meme, past them calling them memes.
Very nice. I like that image, David.
I do what I can.
But she kind of pops out of bed, and it gives like a little wiggle. Seems somewhat, at least in pain, just slightly, and then she wiggles it off and says, "All right, come on, let's go outside." Dave's waiting, and I have classes.
Right.
Actually,
Right,
no, I
right.
don't. Then she looks back up. Wait, no, I don't have classes. It's game day. And just as she says it's game day, no matter where you are on this map, you would hear a giant, long, like, held out note from what you could only assume is the marching band.
Wah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would only be the wah would only be if we're in Inception, and this is like 2 or 3 levels down of the marching band.
Yeah. And the marching band themselves seem to have started marching around the edges of the halls over here. Guard answer: if you didn't wake up from that initial blah, you would have been woken up by them literally walking just next to your next to where you're living, and just blasting out like your school's fight song.
Yeah, no, I'd be up at this point. Because, Ring of Sustenance only actually needed 2 hours of sleep. But,
That's fair.
That doesn't stop me from being annoyed.
quite.
And Ducky is leading the throng of marching band people, and they're their traditional instruments. You actually see tubas, trombones, a couple trumpets. They're blasting it out. And strangely enough, as they pass, you feel vaguely inspired. And then they leave, and about 30 feet away, you feel less inspired.
Damn bards.
So what are y'all doing?
I say, I think I remember Little Spout saying something about a game.
I am excitedly running around the inn that most of us are at, telling everybody that it's game time. We have to go. Come on.
Get your
Sorry.
game
I
face
kind of
on.
look at Ring Dance and say, what game?
And Ring Dancer's still she had put a pillow over her face as Little Spout was running around and just saying, 5 more minutes.
I just, can you do, an alarm using ghost sound or something?
I mean, if it fits the spell's description, then yes.
Really creepy alarm.
It's just like, ding, 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 ding. It's an actual person saying just ding, the word ding.
You can make whatever sound.
Oh, you can make a water phone sound.
Or you can get a little spell threatening you with actual water.
Or that, yeah.
This is a thing that happens.
So,
I will just wait a few more minutes and then wake Ring Dancer up and say, come on, let's go. Let's figure out what the hell's going on.
she eventually opens her eyes, and they're slightly bloodshot. She looks to you. I shouldn't have done that catnip. Answer.
Clop, 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 clop,
Probably
clop.
not.
Says Little Spout on the door.
And then
Why aren't you already awake?
Ring Dancer goes over to the door and opens it. I'm awake now. And she looks down. You can stop knocking.
Are you ready? Are you ready? I mean,
Uh,
she looks down, but Little Spout's already floating in the air
and,
at her side, at her level.
And I mean, she's still blinking down toward the ground. She hasn't switched where it looks like her eyes are kind of out of focus a little bit. And she's just like, yeah, sure, just give me a second. And you see her just in the doorway start to lean down and just stretch. She's like, yeah, just get.
We have to rescue princesses. Come on.
What are you talking about?
She applies her hoof to her face. You didn't read the brochure. I showed it to everybody.
You didn't show what brochure?
She produces the brochure and shoves it in its general direction. This one, the one that you have to sign. Sign it. Sign it. Sign it. We're gonna win.
I will note that the due line to actually turn this in is in about an hour's time.
Sign it now.
Ring Dancer, do you want to do this?
I already signed, and she keeps stretching.
I sign it.
Little Spout double checks, make sure it's been signed properly, and then she zips off to Beautiful.
Beautiful is just, she's in that same pose that you saw her in initially, when you first met her, and her eyes haven't closed, but she looks like she's in thought and dazed. One might say a trance.
Little Spout lands gently upon her back. Hello, I need you to sign this really quick so you can have fun with us, and then
Well,
we're gonna win. We're gonna win everything.
She doesn't have to sleep, so trancing is probably what she does.
And she kind of turns her head, and you hear that weird sound like rock cracking, but it isn't actually cracking. As she kind of turns her head around, she just says, she points down. I don't think they have an option for rocks.
She tilts her head. Wait, and she raises her hoof. What if we count you as a summon? we can have those. And she looks at the rules and she points at it. Poke, 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 poke.
Considers this. Okay.
Yay! She makes a quick little scribble. Scribble, 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 scribble. The quill clutched in her teeth. All right. And I'm assuming kind of like already signed it because he would like wouldn't have been able to have special snuggles until he did.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's that kind of relationship. I understand now.
It's like
And
she just
then-
keeps denying it, and she just Little Spout puts him on the couch. That's just how it is.
Pew! Off she goes.
Choo. And funnily enough, Little Spout, what you notice is that the barrier that was around the place, you do not need a student ID. The ponies that were, the sphinxes that were working there before, like they're there, but they're just kind of letting people in, and a lot of them seem to have those same kind of box-like-ish contraptions, which they have that they just keep kind of poking like a claw in, and they're just taking pictures of the marching band like going around hyping everybody up.
In theory, Little Spout has a thing that makes it so she can just go in there anyway.
Oh, what's that?
I thought they gave her a thing because she was signing up to be in the team or something like that.
I don't think they gave you one of those. Because technically, the barrier only works with student IDs. And I believe that Shard Answer was the one that let you in last time.
Yep.
Yeah, well then Little Spout wins because like she thought she could come in and she came flying full speed and she did not smash into a wall.
Well, yes, there is that.
Which would have been an embarrassing way to start the day. Gotta sign up! Boom. But yes, she is rushing to where she has to fill out the papers
Sweet.
to
And
file them properly.
that would just be up here in the University Center. Right up
Flying at the speed of sound. Got places to go.
And the same old secretary Sphinx that was there just kind of like blinks up and like looks at you. Like looks over.
I have this exceptionally done paper, says Little Spout, and she slaps it down
And she
and then lets it go with her mouth because it wasn't sticking to her hoof.
and she blinks a couple times. She has one of those like glasses that look like a half teardrop shape, and a little chain on them. And she doesn't touch
Half
the paper
brim.
yet, but she picks up what looks like a stopwatch from like a little pocket that she's wearing. And she looks down. You're almost late. She grabs it. Just making my job harder. And she turns around and briefly you see her open a door into what seems to be like a very, very spacious
Yeah.
bluish room.
Little Spout feels that this is a good time to practice on princesses, and so she puts on her biggest smile and she says, "Oh, are you going to be one of the princesses? You look like you could do the part pretty well."
And she waves her claws. She kind of opens the door in the back. Ew, no. I am not one of those kind of players. I don't even play. I don't even go.
Little Spout feels she has failed.
And she continues through that door, and the door in the back, just briefly, you get a view of it. Is it seems to be almost like hammer space in its own sense. It's seems to just be an endless hall of what looks like to be books, and it closes, and you see her come back about like 2 minutes later, and she's holding six. Let me just make sure I get the number right here. Yep, 7 different cards. And all of them have like different pictures of you guys. You guys get your own little IDs, and it
You
just
hear
says
me?
player on the top.
Ooh, says Little Spout.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not there, so I can't ooh.
And she kind of like looks down to you. One of the teams decided that they wouldn't be able to play today due to lack of players. So, and she kind of looks to the ceiling. Suppose that just means that got lucky, and looks back down. Looks like your team will play today.
Little Spout clip-clops her hooves happily, thanking her second favorite goddess.
Kara?
No.
I mean, you used lies.
No.
Vaguely. You used disguises.
Yes, he does use disguises.
There you go. Kara's goddess of disguise.
You get to your corner. But no, her favorite is obviously La Shadow. Her second favorite is the author, because the author smiles on adventurers and makes sure they have interesting stories.
Oh, okay.
And the author is clearly the one that is responsible for there being space for her new team. It's a little spout clip clops. Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. Fortunately, she is not a cleric, and so, you know, paying lip service to two gods doesn't really hurt anything. Also, she's a pony, so, you know, pantheism is kind of a natural thing.
What were you doing, Darkfire? We haven't got to you yet.
Well, I was asleep in my inn room, heard Little Spot yelling at the others to sign the paper that I had already signed, I assume. And then I heard the bands. So I traveled to the campus, was let in, and now I'm just kind of wandering around.
Ah, well, yes, you would be first to see the bands, likely Star Dancer, either galloping ahead of them, or were you already gone by the time this had occurred, Star Dancer?
No, probably doing stuff, puttering around in her room,
Gotcha. So
setting up,
you may
preparing spells.
Yeah. So if Star Dancer left her window open, you might have seen her. Little Spout would be exiting. You'd be exiting the UC, this little exit right here around this time when the band had passed. And then that's where you would be, Darkfire.
Oh, okay.
Little Spout hovers over Darkfire and drops his badge onto him.
I would have followed
Oh.
Little Spout. Sorry, I'm trying to fix things.
Perfect.
Thank you. I suppose.
Little Spout clip flops her hooves happily. Hee! Ooh! More people. Here's your badge. Here's your badge. Here's your badge.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I should actually.
Oh, look at mine. They got my good side, she says as she spins around.
By the way,
Candlelight squints at his. Hey! They took this when I was making a stupid face, and he shows them the picture of him, and he's just like he looks like he's about to sneeze, and like you could see a couple sparks being inhaled into his like nostrils as he does.
Little Spout leans in really close and kind of squints at it a moment. Says, I can't see it. All I see is this ruggedly handsome stallion. Where's the stupid person?
Give me a charisma check.
Charisma or diplomacy?
Charisma.
Fine.
did the rules say anything? I haven't gotten a chance to read all the way through them, but did the rules say anything about armor and weapons?
Nope.
I didn't say anything about that.
They don't specifically assume that people who go into this game aren't spellcasters, so there's not a lot of rules on that, and you could just bludgeon the heck out of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure, because I didn't.
Also, curse you for not letting
really,
me bluff and/or diplomacy on that.
Oof. Well, it was just generally you were giving him a compliment, and you made him blush on a scale of 1 to 20, about a 7.
Little Spout leans in. Besides, once they see the real you, they won't be looking at that stupid little thing anyway.
And he smiles.
Okay.
And then he just starts kind of flexing up one hook. Yeah, we're gonna do it. And he holds up a hook.
Does it droop in a cartoonish manner?
You know, you may be right there.
Oh, I mean, what is his strength?
Oh, his strength?
Yes.
Not his strength. What is his strength, actually?
Yeah,
Now you
Only you know that.
Yes, I know. I'm pulling it up. Hang on. I have characters, and we have Mr. Candle.
I know he's clumsy.
He's very clumsy, but his strength is 11. It's his dexterity.
Where are all his stats at? I'm just curious.
Constitution, intelligence, and wisdom.
Ah, okay. He's a smart little boy.
Yep, 17 is his intelligence score.
You should really raise that by, just a point.
Yeah, I mean, he likes studying things. He has a fairly high, like, spellcraft, actually, funnily enough.
Ooh.
He's very fancy with that kind of thing. Or knowledge arcana, I believe, actually.
Oh, where Little Spout's boots are done, right?
Oh, yeah. They're totally done.
Then Little Spout is wearing, like, the most adorable little, like, actual shoes that are slipped over her hooves. And they're, like, bright green, and they have, like, all these little wings on the sides of them.
That's
But not in terms of, like, little wings, like, spread out, just, like, little pictures of wings going along it. And also, like, some flames looking up from beneath. It's kind of...
I want to note that as soon as you took that from the guy that you commissioned it from, he kind of weirded
Yep.
you out. I call him Nike Airs.
Little Spout is entirely pleased with this.
So wrong.
But yes, they are boots of speed. So that way, when haste doesn't get cast, haste is still cast, damn it.
For a certain number of rounds, anyway.
10 rounds a day, which is usually enough.
That's pretty good.
Since it's not even an action to activate it.
And around here, a little bit far ways away, Darkfire, you can pretty much be the first to notice this from here. You would see Ivory just kind of stretching and exiting what looks to be your house. Not all too far away.
Okay.
Has Steady Shoot exited, or?
That is up to Steady Shoot. Ivory just.
I mean, where is she headed?
She's just stretching and like going over to what looks like she's watching the band in amusement, and she would turn around and like look to you. I always love the band. They make me feel so happy.
Do I see anybody that's not do I see my party?
Yeah, you'd be able to see Darkfire. Darkfire more than anybody. I mean, these guys
Steady
are
Shoot. It's a college. You'll see plenty of parties.
Not during the middle of the day. No way.
These guys over here are just like a bit too far to kind of make out past just being a crowd. But Darkfire in himself, he's a Phoenix Wolf of a specific color, and Phoenix Wolves aren't exactly common on this campus.
Right. I'm like, I see my friends. I need to go.
I mean,
See
I
what's
am
going
wearing
on.
armor.
Yes, but you are also still a Phoenix Wolf.
Mm.
You are much more
This is
slender than a
true.
pony.
Also, I've been around you for how long has it been? It hasn't been that long, has it?
It's been like a few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. I probably recognize you well enough.
Yeah. I mean, one of us has died in the party, but
Yeah, that's true.
And
but man, I swear it feels like it's been 9 months.
Ivory Ivory kind of looks over there, and you see her just kind of pick up a hoof. Ooh, I'll get his attention. And she points directly to him, and Darkfire, you kind of get like this like little almost whisper into your ear, and coming from like your left ear specifically, and you would hear Ivory Dot's voice just say, "Hey, we're over here," and then you'd see her waving from where she is.
All right. Well, kind of after a little ear twitch after the voice, I see them and go ahead and start walking over.
Hey! We have to stay together. 'Cause we're a team.
Yeah, sorry.
We're gonna play
I'm
today.
just quietly following.
I walk up to Ivory Drop and kind of awkwardly rub my head and say, "Hey, sorry about what I said yesterday about you being a stalker."
Oh, don't worry about it. And she kind of nudges Steady Shoot. It's fine anyway. We're good. And
Ooh, Steady Shoot. And Little
Well,
Spout just like rushes over and drops their badge on them. Boom, boom.
So anyway, what did happen between you two after, the whole fiasco with you being in a rage?
I turn red.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check real quick.
I think that's a
That's a
read
sense
person
motive.
check. Yeah, it's
Oh
sense
yeah, never
motive.
mind. I
Sense
forget that's a
motive,
thing here.
100%. I mean, you would
Put on
also
your badge.
see Ivory turn a very bright shade of something that's not ivory. So red, yes.
That's right.
Hmm.
I mean, she's not ivory anyway, so.
I mean, if you're trying to hide it, steady shoot, you could certainly roll a bluff as the DC.
Nah, I ain't worried. I ain't gonna try. I ain't gonna bluff it.
I kind of like look between two.
Wave.
Oh, okay.
And
No,
Ivory
take a
drops
step
just starts
back.
waving her hooves. Nope. And she sees that look in your face. I know what you're thinking, and I'm not like that. She holds up a hoof.
I give her a deadpan look. I'm a druid.
She
I
turns-
know what goes on in nature.
She turns red. She turns really red. And all the while, Little Spout is waving around, saying, "Put on your badges."
I mean, you threw mine on me.
And it's
Well,
stuck.
yes, she's referring to Study Shoot, who she kind of dropped it vaguely on top of. You bump.
And Ivory Drop kind of looks at that. Ooh, that's pretty neat. And she kind of rummages in her bag. I got one too. Look, and she holds up what seems to be like a player badge just like yours, and it seems just as new.
Ooh, maybe we'll fight. Let's make it fun. Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop.
I mean, my team isn't up today, and she kind of thinks, unless the Drew team
Oh.
can help. But I mean, I don't wanna make my wizarding team angry. Kind of like looks toward the main teams, like the main buildings that Star had been leading you guys around earlier.
But don't worry, we have this under control as soon as Study Shoot puts on his badge.
What are we doing?
We are joining this, she says, thrusting forward the brochure now that it's missing the application part of it.
And as if to enunciate your brochure thrusting, there's small fireworks that kind of illuminate behind you.
Okay.
And you could presume that they've probably been left by some of the band people.
And we're going to win, and we're definitely playing today. One of the teams didn't show up.
Eddie, I believe that was to you.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Nope. So we're definitely going to play today because one of the teams that were supposed to play didn't show up, so they're going to put us in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
What
we're
a
going to win. Woo!
What a shocker.
So you just entered us all into this game?
Yes? He says Little Spout with like no hesitation.
And
I guess I better read up the rules.
and to this, Ivory starts kind of clapping her hose a little bit. Clap, 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 clap. She looks over. Ooh, the rules are fun. I think it's. And she kind of like leans in. I think it's a bit barbaric, but at the same time, kind of picks up her voice a little bit. It's just so fascinating how you're supposed to win. You have to use magic and all sorts of things, and her eyes kind of go like bright and like starry for a second.
Little Spout suddenly has an idea, and she smiles. She smiles.
This is never
smile
good.
that only a Little Spout with an idea can have.
Uh-oh.
She
Just
rubs her little hoofsies together.
And,
All right.
Candlelight
I know what we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah. And she raises an eyebrow. Yeah.
It's a secret. The team has to hear it.
Oh. She looks up to like Study Shoot. All right, I'm just gonna go this way then, and she kind of starts like shuffling off in the direction that you saw the golem that had left yesterday. She's just kind of like following the prints it left.
Right. I kind of wave, but like, I'll see you later.
Yeah. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. So there's going to be two princesses, right? One's on our side, and we're supposed to protect it. The other one's on their side, and we're supposed to get it. Right?
Sure.
Well, once we see our princess, because, I mean, we can't not see our princess, she says, putting a hoof on her chest, will become a copy of the princess.
Hmm.
And then I'll be the one guarding the princess. Actually, wait, no. Let's not do that. One of you should guard me, she says, making codes with her hooves. And somebody else should guard the real princess. And then it'll look like there's two princesses that are being guarded equally. And that'll confuse them. And then they might attack the wrong one. And then they'll get blasted in the face.
Interesting plan.
And Candlelight kind of nods. Yep. This is why my wife is the smartest pony ever. And she gives it.
That's debatable.
Little Spout stands so tall. Well, as tall as her short legs can stand.
Did you say that in character yourself?
Under my breath, yes.
You know, just for the sake of it, I'm totally rolling perception on that. For Candlelight purposes.
By the way, after he said that, I did snicker a little.
That was a nat 20. And he shoots you this glare, and you could see little flames in his eyes. And he hugs his wife tighter.
Little Spout just sticks out her tongue a little bit.
I just shrug and say, what? I mean, we went after the dogs last time. Look, I almost died because of that.
Well, if somebody else has a different super amazing idea, I am listening.
I didn't say that this idea was bad.
Ring Dancer looks over to Star Dancer. Well, she tries to look for Star Dancer.
Star's not there yet.
And that's where she notices it. What? Who? Where? Where's the other dancer?
The unicorn you have dialed cannot be reached as dialed.
And
Here, would you want me to roll like a perception to see if I'd seen Star Dancer in her window, or if Star Dancer even had her window open?
For sure.
I feel like Star Dancer's window is like closed and barricaded, and
Now, with
Star
that, does it
Dancer-
matter if the window?
Star Dancer, what would have Mr. Darkfire seen with a 35 on perception towards your house?
So Star is sitting in the living room in the lap of Blitz, who is brushing her mane and feathers and everything else while reading.
Okay, but so you're not near any window, right?
Are you super
Not
fascinated
really.
with the new
Then I wouldn't see you.
I mean, there's kind of the window into the living room, but not really next to the window. So, whatever.
Mhm.
Well, if I'm not too mistaken, Ring Dancer at least saw where you might have been, and she starts looking in all the windows, being very rude and crass like she is. Until she sees... there she is. Knock, 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 knock. And Blitz would just kind of look up. Ooh! You've got visitors.
Probably wanting to go do the stupid game thing.
Knock,
Okay, let's get this over with.
Oh, wait. And she oops your wings. Okay, now we can go.
Right. Put away all the books. And
there is a strict order to these things.
what?
I said there's a strict order to these things.
There is.
And that is, of course, you open the door, which means suddenly, Little Spout.
Knock, 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 knock.
No, she doesn't knock because the door just opened. But
No,
she zips over there and
I mean,
drops the name tag.
I mean, Ring Dancer kept knocking, like she's knock, 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 knock.
Oh.
knock, knock. Is your door swing inward
Even
or
as the door is open? What? Inward.
Ah,
Front door.
Give me a
Front door swing inward.
give me a reflex save.
You are about to get knocked upon.
I have noticed that is not the right defense.
Knock, 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 knock.
Reflex.
Oof.
Oh
I
god.
fail.
You get thumped right in the forehead. Thump.
Ow.
Pulls back her hoof. I mean, like, it was a hard thump. She's literally a brawler. Like, and she pulls back her hoof. Ooh, I'm sorry.
Was she knocking or boxing the door?
She was practically boxing the door. Let's be real.
Apparently boxing the door.
So,
You know, you get one of those cartoon lumps on your head if you weren't already a unicorn.
That will teach me to not cast my defensive spells first thing in the morning.
She kind of like looks at her hoof.
Mm.
Which I did not expect to need in town.
She looks up. Well, and right when she does, a little spout swoops in. I believe with an ID. You said.
yep. Shoo, thump. Just drops it right in front of her.
Yep.
There's yours.
Yep.
And Ring Dancer already has hers like on her chest, and it just says Ring Dancer, and it shows like her little picture is like it looks like her like in a boxing pose, and you can kind of make out on one of the corners like a hoof coming up as if it's like distending almost a little bit.
What's the worst that could happen?
You're specifically Star Dancer is like it's an image of you kind of like leaving the facility after you'd gotten your wings, but like you're turning back and you like just notice the camera kind of look.
I swear, one of these days I'm going to figure out where they get these pictures and who's taking them.
And funnily enough, your little mailbox outside does seem to have a school paper in it, as per normal. It has many school papers in it. You haven't been here a while, but there's definitely a new paper here that's dated for that day.
I did not collect them when going in. I was done. So I will collect them now.
Ah, well, your face is emblazoned on the front of the page. And it's just big question marks above, and then below it just says unknown team to play in game today, led by, and it shows your face is like in the middle, and then everybody else's face is kind of like ringed around it, and then the overlay over all of yours is this kind of like question mark looking symbol, led by who?
Well, we're kind of all the leader here because
Sure.
reasons.
Is that That's probably not unusual when it comes to adventuring parties.
I mean,
I imagine the leader changes around a bit.
I guess it kind of depends on the situation, because I know like in some situations you might like want like one party member to take the lead, and like others you want the other to.
Oh yeah. In some parties people are definitely the leader, but I would imagine a lot of self-directed parties are just like we all do stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's emblazoned on the front, as well as like a lot of other little notes and happenings around campus. Apparently the coffee shop got shut down the day before. Well, the night before.
Are they replacing it with a pie shop?
Yes, actually.
There's a story here, I feel it.
Little spout rears up onto her hind hooves, which is easier than usual because she's still floating.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, wait, when did I stop being the leader?
When have you ever been the leader?
That's what I was about to ask.
She tilts her head a little bit.
Meanwhile, Ring Dancer.
Has there ever been an idea that I had that we didn't do?
Well, that's probably not because you're the leader, but because of other things.
I lean down to the rest of the party and I say, this is kind of her idea. Maybe we should just let her be leader for this one.
I am perfectly fine with that.
Ring Dancer is trying to stay out of the conversation by like gesturing a hoof to the school paper. Can I read that?
Yep, there you go.
She just kind of backs away from your guys' conversation. I was just along for the ride. You guys argue it out.
Wait, no, there's no
mean,
time for arguing. We need to go. She points excitedly at the arena. Point, 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 point.
Oh, and she kind of flips one of the pages. Like Ring Dancer like looks up, but then looks back to the paper. Well, just be careful. And she turns the paper around, and there's a giant like image of a bat on there, and like an advisory below not to like handle the bats that are around the arena.
That's when Little Spout tilts her head a little bit. She gets confused.
Apparently they're having a problem with that. He hands the paper back to you, Star Dancer. Anyway, let's get going.
Yes, let's go.
And I mean, you would meet the band partway there, because I mean they're literally marching. They're not like running around, kind of like you guys are.
Little Spout floats over them for a little bit, clapping along. Clap, 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 clap. And then she zips ahead.
Give me a reflex save.
Oh no, not reflex saves. Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't he do that? Hold on, am I making a reflex save or just you?
And I mean, you miss what seems to be a glitter dust bomb, like it's just flying towards your face. And some of the bards like cheer on, they jeer a little bit, but you hear a couple of them just saying, "Oh, come on, it has the school colors." I mean, they really did. The glitter was in the colors of that, but you did manage to dodge it.
I kind of mutter to myself. I have a bad feeling about bards for some reason I can't tell.
Little Spout shakes her head at them. Thank you, but now I have to compete in the game. Bye.
And I mean, Ivory Drop would be there at the end of the bridge. Oh, Star Dancer and Isdell, are you guys going along too?
Oh no, Ivory Drop is the real enemy.
Move your tokens.
Working on it.
Oh, and I have to be beautiful too.
Star Dancer resignedly following along. Doesn't want to have to deal with this.
Hey, what have the cat and the raven been doing? I completely forgot.
They've
about
kind of
that.
been in and out of the hotel, actually. They seem to have been like looking around for something, if anything, and just having more whispered conversations to themselves. Although the cat seems considerably more annoyed 90% of the time.
And
Understandable.
What was it they were looking for again?
They're looking for their masters, their familiars.
Yeah. Did they ever give us any information on them?
No. They just asked
Okay.
if you can help them through the cave so they can search for them.
Alright, I won't worry about it anymore then.
Alrighty, but yeah, little Ivory Drop just seems to be kind of at the end, and she presents the badge to the ticket master who just lets them in. Lets her in. She kind of walks past. Ooh, players get free admission. Steps in here, and then she as she does, she kind of like looks to you, Little Spout. Let me know if you need help. He walks in.
That's bad. Goes zipping after. Zoom. Wait, what kind of help?
And the ticket master waves down. Hold it, Missy. You need to give me your gold for the ticket.
Little Spout wigwags her badge.
Oh, that was fast. And he lets you through.
Yay! Oh, that's right. The thing that she got was a thing to get inside the arena for free. Yeah, last time.
Yep. And the ticket master specifically directs you down like a side corridor, different than the one Ivory went over it. The one on the side seems to be kind of like players like entrance, more or less. Takes them down to a more secluded zone that players can talk to their team and practice and things.
Fair enough, but Little Spout shall go in the way that he pointed.
And it's more of an incline downward, and as the light starts to kind of fade from the outside, just kind of peering in around that area, like little what seems to be like permanent light fixtures just kind of they start lighting up like as you go by them, as if by the light spell. It's not too hard to figure that out. And getting to the bottom, if you guys are continuing down, you start to hear like voices and what sounds to be like muttered incantations, though no spell seems to be being cast.
Alright, sorry, I was distracted a half second there.
Oh, no problem. As you guys get toward the bottom, you just start hearing different voices and things like that, little muttered incantations, though like no spells seem to be being cast.
We're casting our long-term buff spells, don't mind us.
Hey.
So once you guys are down there, you guys look around. What are you doing? Let's describe the scene first. That would help.
Yep.
Yeah. So looking out, it seems to be just like very like, it's a training area. There's, funnily enough, weights that seem to be mostly unused. There is a couple patches of grass. There's a couple testing dummies that look, funnily enough, pristine. And the druid team specifically is noticeable down here. Cause, Darkfire, you've seen them before. So a couple of them seem to be kind of missing. However, the team leader, which you had seen yesterday, Little Spout, is just kind of seems to be directing your team and giving them the rundown on things and such.
Little Spout looks for a room that somehow looks like it belongs to them. She doesn't know what it looks like.
Oh, it's just in general like training area. It isn't really like a specific room. However, if you're looking for secluded areas, there is like back entrances and things that seem to lead into like they're more like conference-esque style rooms, except they don't have tables in the middle, and they seem to be soundproofed. And the giant sign outside that just has the label of like a loot, but crossed out is like on the outside.
No bards here.
Well, the one next there's a set of rooms that specifically has like a big circle and then a loop around it that isn't crossed out.
Alright, well, Little Spout doesn't have a lot of secret plans to whisper to her team at the moment.
Alrighty, so
Only
do we know
normal
when
plans.
do we know when our team will be going?
The clock up above where like you assume that the exit is onto the field, it says in about 10 minutes, and you can hear like people filing in and giving like their different all their different foods and everything. You guys seem to pretty much have arrived just in time, and
Okay.
to that,
Well,
like a couple of team members didn't note it, but they looked over and they seemed like almost kind of like downcast that they didn't win by forfeit.
How disappointing. They'll have to actually fight the not wizards.
They'll have to actually play.
Anyway, what were you saying?
So it's 10 minutes until our team plays, or until play starts?
Until pretty much your team would have to be led out onto the field. There's like a whole procession.
Okay.
Start answer, you know the procession is pretty much the players are led out. They're led around the ring. The marching band effectively plays this whole hype thing for the crowd, where for the school, and then after playing like the Erelon school song and all this stuff, they file off the field, and then players are led to their spots. Play begins. There's a halftime.
Little Spout leans towards her team. My parents never would have thought I'd be a varsity champ.
And Candle
Oh.
looks up. I wonder why. You seem like you're very fit.
Little Spout gives a soft nod. They taught me to be.
No answer for this.
Hmm.
Your body is a temple, she says. That's why you have to pray every day and also invite other people to pray.
You're losing the metaphor there. And there's tithing and there's dogma to worry about, and you have to go to school to have someone to run it. And
Little Spout just points over a candlelight. Nope, I have my priest right here.
And
and did he go to seminary?
no.
Look,
Like-
that's
like-
between me and him,
Yeah,
okay?
Candlelight starts shaking his head, like trying to keep out of Little Spout's view. No, I didn't.
Little Spout bonks him. Bonk. What are you talking about? We sanctified the whole thing and everything. You were there.
Oh yeah, I was, huh? And he kind of scratches his head. I didn't take notes on that. I'm sorry.
She sticks out her tongue mightily.
A mighty outing of the tongue.
Yes. So much power. He's gonna need a will save.
That's just how it be. All right. Well, around this time, the druidic captain kind of like looks around. He does notice you, Little Spout, and you know her. That was the Oblivia that you saw the other day. And gives like a little tiny salute, and then just keeps talking to her team. She has a more cold disposition, it seems.
The Little Spout waves excitedly. Wait.
She does not wave back. In fact, she seems to be wholly trying to ignore you.
Little Spout's disappointed. She looks at the schedule to see if they're fighting.
You have 7 minutes now.
But I mean,
Well, like
is she
who?
part of the team that we're fighting, or?
Yes, most definitely. And it's that like through the opening where you guys would go out, like they have, funnily enough, like a what seems to be a projection up on a giant blank board, it seems, and it's kind of flashing through the different players and things like that. And it kind of goes to the druid team, and you see above their names there's Protego, there's Avis, Kalani, Oblivia, and around Oblivia's name is like a big red banner, and it just says Team Captain. And then there's Blastcap, Tronum, Kadabra, and Transia, and then it just says Opposing Team, and then it starts going through your guys' team. And as it does, it starts listing your names. Little Spout, and in the red banners around it, it just says Team Captain, and it goes to Isdell, and around it is the red banner that just says Team Captain. And it just keeps going down. Star Dancer, Team Captain. It's steady. Team Captain.
Someone didn't write something down properly, but whatever.
All right.
It's just going down everybody, calling everybody Team Captain. And then it gets to
We're
Candlelight, and his is
adventurers.
the only one that doesn't actually have the Team Captain banner around it. And he kind of looks like a little sad. Oh, they forget me. And he looks at the picture again, and he just seems like the clumsiest one of like all the pictures that had like shown up. He just kind of
Wow.
makes sense, I suppose.
Such a
And Candlelight just
Little Spout thinks about this, raises a hoof. Well, that means we're doing better. We have more captains than they do.
Feel free to give me a perception check really quick. Go round.
Okay.
Ooh, fancy. And is anybody else rolling perception on this one, or would you rather not?
I will roll perception.
I mean, do we have to limit our perceptions? Can we only roll perceptions on certain things?
You can roll whatever you want. I don't mind when you roll perception. I'm just doing this for
Okay.
You guys were kind of waiting, looking around for time. It's pretty much fine.
Yeah, we're kind of wondering what's going on. So here we go.
Oof.
34.
Well,
Assume I'm not raging at the moment.
Yeah, that would be scary if you were.
Well, I can't perceive if I'm rage.
Little Spout,
Yeah, you can.
Darkfire, and
Yeah, you're right. I can. I can use will skills, wisdom skills.
Steady Shoot. You three just kind of notice as they're kind of as they're going through all the different players and things like that. There seems to be just a lone Sphinx like going around the field, kind of talking to the refs out in the distance. He seems to have like a gray kind of suit on, and he's and like Steady Shoot. You notice this more than the other guys, just because you might have caught your eye just a little bit more. But the badge he's wearing seems to be more like of a grayish thing, somewhat of like a neutral-esque color, and the Sphinx in particular, he looks kind of dark gray and has black wings, at least from the distance that you guys are seeing him from. I mean, you do get a slightly better look at him if you, with that projection board that's going up, because as it's going through all the teams, the next image kind of pops up, which is of all of his face, and I mean, it's somewhat intimidating. He actually took a rather imposing picture, and looking somewhat angrily toward the camera, he has like one blue eye, one brown eye. That kind of, and as it's kind of like looking toward there, the image kind of flashes as if kind of like by like VFX kind of style, you know, like they were just making it look fancy, and it just kind of cracks over his image, and it breaks in half, and suddenly there's like the image of like a black dragon behind it. And then it just keeps rotating through all of the different players again.
Little Spout is clapping eagerly.
And around this time, one of the refs would just kind of head on his way in and say Sphinx. And he just kind of blows a small whistle. Doot-doot. 5 minutes. Start getting lined up. And the druid team just starts, like Olivia just kind of like gestures over there. And as she does, there seems to be at least 2 players that have gone missing from their entire team roster. At least from what you know of the rules, and Darkfire, from what you've seen of the team, there was 8 team members. They seem to be down 2. Those 2 specifically being, yeah, pull up my notes here, being Trelawney and Potago. However, the rest of them.
Wait, I thought you said Protego was there.
No, he showed up on the board. It's just here physically he's not.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Like their entire team roster showed up on the board, but those 2 specifically seem to be missing, and they start getting lined up, and the team leader just kind of like looks towards you, Little Spout, kind of rolls her eyes a little bit. You want to be let out first, or you want me? I'm just being nice. You seem kind of new.
Little Spout
you go first.
tilts her head. What? No. People will expect you first.
And she just kind of sighs out. No. You want to go first. I promise you. Points out.
I kind of squint my eyes. No, you should go first.
No. She
Little Spout desperately tries to figure out what the hell's going on. She's not doing a good job.
And well, she continues, no, yeah, that would not be enough. But like she.
I'm gonna sense motive to see what she's about. Like
There are little question marks over
Yeah,
the
where's the Little Spout?
As Darkfire, you definitely pick up the sense that like it's more the sense of you have something waiting for you that you should probably go first that we don't want to experience. Like that's the general sense of sarcasm that you get. Little Spout, you don't really.
So I'm just
like.
No. You're the more experienced ones. You should go first.
Oh,
we'll
no,
watch
no,
and
no,
learn
no.
from you.
Little Spout rubs at the side of her head. You're already in line. Why? Yeah. And she just like floats over behind them because they're already in line.
And from the back, one of their team members just, Blastcap specifically, he looks over, and one of his eyes is definitely glass because it kind of rolls as he like looks over, and he says, "She has a point, boss." And she looks back. Yes, Blastcap, she does have a point. And she kind of sighs, and they line up right when the ref says, "All right, time to get going." She sighs again.
Yes.
All right, let's get
Little Spout wins by
By the way,
common
before
sense.
we go, I do cast heightened awareness on myself.
Yeah. I have my defensive spells cast during this.
Oh, are we
dark
doing
time.
are we
I
doing
will have
spells?
cast shield as well. during
Oh,
that.
I'll cast shield. Then I'll cast haste.
Oh.
Well, actually,
I'm
you
not
want to
sure.
wait on haste because that only lasts rounds.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think it'll last long enough to do.
Well, will shield last
Or-
long enough? Shield is just in combat, right?
Shields is at least minutes, so that's not terrible.
Yes.
Alright,
So,
so, yeah.
here's real quick before you do. While we're in there, I almost forgot to do this. I will cast a couple spells. To Isdell, I will cast Ice Armor.
Ooh, what does that do?
Create a suit of armor made of ice. While cool to the touch, it does not harm the wearer, especially if worn over normal clothing.
I mean, it wouldn't harm me anyway, so.
If
What
it
is
offers the same protection as a breastplate, except it has hardness is 0 and 30 hit points. If the intended route.
Would this
The
work
last
on
one.
top of my current armors?
If it gives you an armor bonus, it's whichever's higher.
Right.
What's
It's a breastplate.
the bonus on that? There, Darkfire.
wait, let me look it up. Do-do-do-do.
Breastplate is AC 6.
Ooh, okay. So my AC. Okay, I'm gonna put that under dodge because I don't want to have to recalculate everything really fast, just temporarily. So my AC is now a 29.
Well,
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum,
well. So
bum.
what does your current armor give you though?
It's a 5. So if I put 1 under dodge temporarily,
Oh, I see.
Okay.
it puts up to. I don't want to have to do the finagling.
No, I get you. So yeah, so it'll last. Attacks against the wearer that create heat or fire degrade the armor, reducing its armor bonus by 1 for every 5 points of fire damage the wearer takes. When the armor's bonus to AC reaches 0, the armor is destroyed and the spell ends. However, you also get a +2 circumstance bonus on swim checks. Just in case.
Because it floats.
And by destroyed we mean melt.
Yes. Or it runs out of hit points. So, yes, destroyed. Melted.
I don't know why this annoys me, but it annoys me that I have exactly 99 HP.
I feel that. I feel that.
So
And then I just-
I have 100.
Same.
Oh.
I have exactly 99 as well.
And also, by the way, Isdell, it will last for duration. It's 1 hour per level, so you have it for 11 hours.
See, does
Yeah.
does my innate cold help at all, or no? No, I'm assuming no.
It would not.
Damn.
It,
And then I
it
just-
would make it more thematic. I mean, that's a plus.
It does actually.
See?
And then I will cast Heightened Awareness on myself, which is more for the initiative check later.
That's fair.
Because normally it gives me a +2 competence bonus on perception checks and knowledge checks that I'm trained in.
Well,
But
I mean,
if the
those might
spell's
come up.
Yeah, but if the spell is active when I make an initiative check, I can dismiss the spell and gain a +4 bonus on the check.
Dun, 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 dun.
So anyway, that's all. That's what I do before the match begins.
What is your guys' team name, by the way? What did you put on the sheet?
I don't know, little spout. What did you put on the sheet?
Well, since suddenly all of the attention is on me,
The
I
Misfits.
No.
That's a copyrighted name, thank you.
see. I was gonna say like the little rebels, but you know.
But there's only a couple of us that are little.
It's true.
Yes, and one of them happens to be the one writing the. And one of them happens to be the one writing the name. So.
Oh, crap.
So unless one of you saw the name, and went, wait a second.
No, you just kind of shoved it in my face, so I just signed it.
So what you're saying is that it's at least as much your fault as mine.
Yeah, I am.
Alright, so I'm just putting things on the map for you guys here. You don't think I made a map for this? Got another thing coming. All right.
I figured there was. I figured it was going to be basically combat. So
And
Round one,
they
fight.
they start leading. The ref starts leading you out. However, he seems to just be kind of like shielding himself with the team, the druid team. Because like as they start walking out, you guys start hearing this really loud, raucous music, and you feel inspired as you start hearing it. And as you do,
damn bards.
you hear the you hear the band, seemingly doing their like traditional shout of the team as they start exiting. And you see all these like party poppers in their hands almost. And as like Oblivia kind of closes her eyes a little bit, she takes a deep breath. Though it's kind of hard to hear that actual breath. It's more like you saw her take a deep breath. She keeps walking, and as she does, all of them at once pull their poppers, and it's the same glitter dust as you'd seen Little Spout before, except now it's just like all over the team. And Olivia looks back, and you see her give you specifically this look, Darkfire, of God, I hate you.
I'm just giving a shit-eating grin.
And you guys pass the band. I mean, it is hard not to have a smile as you pass the band. They seem to be kind of weaving weird magics that make you feel somewhat elated as you walk past
Little
them.
Spout waves at them excitedly as she floats. Wave.
You get you see Ducky be the first one to wave back. He's not even conducting the band. They seem to be kind of like conducting themselves, at least from the drumline's perspective. And he actually does like a small little dab in your direction, Little Spout, and then waves off before turning back to the band and kind of running through them. I mean, he
Little
kinda gets
Spout
lost.
returns it, cheating because she can do it as she still floats forward. Whee.
And they keep leading you out. The band doesn't seem to have any more poppers as you guys kind of make your way out. However, a couple like the songs that they're playing are kind of interesting because as soon as the druids went out, you heard like a lot of what seems to be like woodwinds and like bassoonish kind of sounds going. And as soon as like Little Spout, if you were in front of the procession, they'd start with like flutes and the like, and just it would be the same song. It's just they'd focus it on what they believed the players to look like, you know, hyping up each individual player. Little Spout, you get like a little flute-ish, a flute-esque ensemble. Then it kind of goes to the next in line. Who would be the next in line?
I'm towards the back.
I'll go next.
And as they go to you,
Yeah, the little one and the big one.
So you're next, Darkfire?
Yes.
Sweet. Then going on to you as you kind of start passing Darkfire, the song would turn more percussion based. So it's a lot heavier. However, like to just keep the melody, you hear a couple like xylophones and things in the back, like the marching xylophones just ding 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 away with the actual melody.
I love it.
Who would be next in line after
I
Darkfire?
go Pit.
Probably me.
Yeah.
All right, and then Isdil next. And as you do, it's strange. It's almost like there's like a style shift in general. They start like they shift it to a more like in real life terms, like Egyptian style-esque theme. And you hear a lot of oboes playing over yours, and like as they
kidding me?
The clarinets stop playing, and they put up their little paws, and they just start doing this like snaky dance. And continuing on, I believe is we have Mr. Steady Shoot here, right?
Yep, it's me.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got the order wrong. I thought he was right behind Little Spout. I thought that would be hilarious.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, as you start
It's all
walking
right.
out, the band stops for a second. Like a whole at least 5 seconds actually. And you see them suddenly turn around and they start just like talking really fast, and as they do, the tubas start dancing up and down, like they kind of alternate up and down, and you just start hearing this big tuba ensemble just start playing for you. Steady shoot.
Bom,
However,
bom,
the
bom,
chords
bom,
themselves
da, da, da.
kind of based around like a fifth timbre, so like it's making it sound super intimidating. One might say a 30 to in intimidation, or 33. And
I mean, most of the people actually smaller than me.
yeah.
Yep.
So what
Most
you're
of
really
are.
looking at is a 37 to intimidation,
Ooh,
unless
true.
unless the band can't manage it.
Oh no, the band can manage it. The band can manage it. Let's be real. If you don't think I have like modifiers for this band, I'm gonna give them a play check. 1d24, and they're playing wins. Here we go.
Does the win? Does wins?
Ooh, they
It
did.
even rolled like a 6.
Jeez. I guess they weren't. They were just under your level
So-
of intimidation.
Yes,
Yep.
they did not quite echo you. They tried though. They tried so hard.
Well, they were trying, and you do get this procession, and like a couple of the others like seem like the crowd kind of like silences almost a little bit as they're listening to this. 'Cause this is like, kind of out of character from what they normally do. However, it gets all their attentions, and like on that projection, your face in like real time just starts showing up on it, and going on to the next person in
With the
line.
cold, intimidating glare of
Yes,
the steady shoot.
And from one of the cameramen that just seems to be kind of like wandering around, that's actually focused on your face, you kind of see him point outward to somebody out in the distance and whisper something. And a moment
Look,
later,
this is top level broadcast material. Okay, you got the huge guy with the war face.
yeah.
This is top level material.
And
got
A
war
game
face, son?
today.
as he kind of points out and whispers to that person out in the distance, a second later you see on the screen around your like very intimidating face is just a flashing like warning border around it.
You're entering the true boss fight here.
And going on as they kind of go by Ring Dancer, they start to play like a tune that sounds more like doomful. So they kind of add on to steady shoots by adding in like trombones and then a couple just like intimidating sounding like triplets in the percussions and like their marching taikos pretty effectively, which don't seem to be as big as normal taikos. However, they're definitely giving out the sound of them. And going on to Candlelight, who is in the very back. Poor Candlelight. No, he's in the back with. I assume you're in the back with him. Guard answer, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He goes.
Yeah, you hadn't got me yet, so
Yeah. Did you said you wanted to be in the back, right?
that's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I might have misheard what you said.
I hadn't said anything about it, so
Oh, okay. Well, which one of you would have been in the back then, Candlelight or you? Because he would definitely want to be in the back. But if you're fighting him on that, like.
no, I'm not fighting it. Just everyone else wants to go first. Okay, I'll go. He wants to be in the back. Okay, I'll go before him.
Rochambeau.
So then we get to you, Miss Star Dancer, and the band's song kind of turns almost mystical. Like you hear the sound of like those like wind chimes, pretty much like the and then a couple clarinets start playing like a creepy tune with the flutes over top. And as they're doing this, the bards, you see them kind of put up a couple dancing lights. And one of them seems to be doing like a small minor illusion and giving themselves wings.
Oh,
And they're just kind of like tossing magic back and forth to each other like little magic lights. And
Sarah rolls her eyes as she walks in.
and lastly, Mr. Candlelight. The only instrument to play as Mr. Candlelight walks by is wah, wah, wah. He looks up rather angrily, and then they all like let out this really big chord that just, like makes him kind of jump, and then he gets the big smile on his face as they were just like kind of like just kidding, and like they actually put that up in words over their heads. They seem to have noticed the team roster board and him with the only one without the team captain role.
Which we're not sure what that's about, but whatever.
I mean, earlier he did say something about not being a captain or a leader. He's like, he's not. I won't. No, wait, that was ring dancer. Never mind. Forget I was saying that. Please.
And they lead you out, and they kind of separate you around the middle of the field. Yeah, drag you guys over here. Hang on. And obviously their team is the first to go in, and as they're kind of let in, they scroll down the midline here, and then they take their various positions around the field. And you guys are let in.
Who's ready to die?
You know what it's time for, right?
Shouldn't be anyone actually dying, but you know.
Oh, all right. So you guys are kind of let into this area. And the ref kind of gestures over to your guys' side over here. You guys are free to kind of place yourselves around how you would be.
Wait. Shouldn't we be near our princess? I'm confused.
Yeah, so over here, this is like theirs. Like, you have theirs, and they're supposed to take their princess back to their side.
Ah, okay. They're trying to rescue their princess.
Yep. And Ganser already looks kind of nervous. Ring Dancer is specifically looking around, and her ears have noticeably kind of just like faltered a little bit. She's kind of mumbling to herself a tad.
Who, Ring Dancer?
Yeah.
You okay, Ring Dancer?
And just having flashbacks as she looks around. I don't like this.
So, Little Spout, if she's allowed, just kind of trots up to the princess there.
And it's
Nice.
a very beautifully dressed Sphinx.
I got you a gift. And she pulls out an apple.
And she looks down at it. You might want to put that away, or the refs might foul ya.
Oh. Apples aren't allowed? Little Spout is very confused.
Yeah, she looks up. Refs don't like it when you try to change a pretty little Sphinx's mind. She gives a wink. Don't worry though.
Little Spout is disappointed because she was trying to do something, but it wasn't what the princess thought she was doing.
Starfire and steady shoot. You guys are more than free to go over.
I go over. Hold on, where am I?
As long as you make sure you're past your
Oh, well,
Steady shooting is awfully small.
I'll go right here. This is my place.
You have to,
Okay.
You have to be behind your team line back over.
And
I know.
That's when Little Spout goes over here behind the building, and while she can see the princess, she tries her best to become a little princess.
That's fair. Okay. And as you guys start getting all lined up, the crowd starts cheering, and I should actually get cheering crowd sounds. Let me do it.
Too bad I meet the website.
How dare you? This is very immersive. I'm just saying.
Hey, I have it on, if that helps.
Cheering crowd. There we go. Ha 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 ha. See, does it sound good?
That sounds like a crowd that is cheering.
Sweet. To have that on.
Sounds like sweet nothing.
And the crowd is cheering. They're like, some of them are cheering. Funnily enough, like, I mean, you guys are a really new team. However, like 4 or 5 people in the crowd every so often out of like 30 have like actually have shirts, and the shirts themselves don't seem to be like made per se. They seem to just be like, they seem to have just cut out like the school paper that morning, and they have that kind of question mark like article like on their chest, and they just kind of taped it to their shirts.
Nice.
That's it. That's our team symbol. A question mark.
Shouldn't the steady shoot be a little bigger or not?
It's a mysterious
Oh,
symbol.
yeah. Sorry, I should make steady shoot just a tad bigger. Hang on.
Just a tad twice the size.
By the way, before we get started, I turn back the little spout and say, "Just be careful, okay?" And I turn back around.
The little sprout waves around the building. Somebody has to guard me.
And they
Don't worry, we'll guard you.
the announcer
Candlelight.
starts speaking as you guys are getting into your place.
No, one specific person. God, everybody's forgotten the plan already.
Sort of. Fine,
Well
Isdal can
planned.
do it.
And
Yes. One person guard me, one person guard the real princess.
Wait, why is the Highland hip... Wait, so the Highland hippies are trying to steal this one, right?
yeah, like you capture
Hey.
their princess and then you
It's
you're
it's
going-
capture the flag with people.
So like
Yeah,
in
okay, I
capture
get
the
it.
flag, you have to capture your flag, so that's your princess.
Alright, then I'll be over here.
Hold
Right.
on, time out. I need to double check a spell really fast because I might do something right out of the gate just for the shits and giggles.
Well, the announcer is starting, and he kind of clears his throat, and you could definitely tell it's like it's a magically magnified voice, and they kind of switch to a general overview of the stadium, like on the projector screen, and you just hear over the intercom, "Ladies and gentlemen," and the crowd goes wild, and the band does like a little like da-da-da-da, and they start moving up toward the center line, like around the edges. And they're just like, the games are on today. There will not be a forfeit after all. And the crowd keeps going wild, for we have a new team. And you hear him kind of like mumbling to himself as he's like shuffling through notes, and this is the Little Rebels, and like the few...
Oh, wow.
Oh, sorry.
Well, he yells that, and oh wow, I guess they did change their name. The other team.
And I mean, after he says the name, the few people in the crowd that actually like have that shirt on, they start like going wild, and you could tell like it's the kind of people that like spend way too much time in the library. A couple of them have braces, they have really big glasses, and they're just like
Hey,
being really like happy that like they have a team to support. And among them is she doesn't have a shirt on, but you could definitely see Ivory drop like clapping and being generally like cheerful. It seems to be like this is generally one of her first like just sit down games that she was part of. And continuing on, going down the team roster, and he starts at the top, and Little Spout's name appears on the screen. G comes in hot and leaves everyone wet. Master of Elements, Little Spout, and the band just starts, the saxophone specifically start playing what sounds to be like a really like stereotypically sexy song is kind of what they're getting at.
Womp, 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 womp. Anyway,
And while Little Sprout is still hiding behind that building, she just sort of like winks at the crowd, already disguised as the princess.
And a couple of them just kind of like wink. I mean, if you're looking closely, you can see a couple of them wink back, and just like do like the zippy mouth kind of gesture. And then they go down the list. Next on the agenda is Mr. Isdal, who pops up on the screen, and here he is, the scaled Persian with sass for all. Isdal of the Silver Dragon. And like the bards kind of you hear them strum like one big mighty note, and these like two silver dragons just start crisscrossing each other in like a kind of double helix shape upward, and then going down toward Star Dancer. Star Dancer, are you able to give me a description?
Of what?
The description of what they're reading in for you?
Nope. No clue.
Well, then you just hear the announcer shuffling through notes. And Star Dancer, who? Well, never mind. And he keeps and like
Wait.
Star Dancer,
We were supposed to get you descriptions?
Yeah.
Yes,
You
I
didn't
said
tell
mine
me.
literally at 7:30.
we did act. He did actually tell us this, but
don't think
kind
I
of got
remember.
lost. A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah.
And well, as he says, never mind. A couple Star Dancer, you actually still have a procession of people, specifically the nerdy ones in the crowd that you may or may not have seen around the library a lot or like teamed up with in group projects. They're the one they're clapping for you. It seems the hardest.
Okay.
Yeah. Going down the way, they get to Steady Shoot, which I don't believe you sent me anything Steady Shoot. However,
I didn't know.
the announcer.
However, Stay Shoot is easy to ad lib for.
Yeah, like a Steady Shoot just kind of they switch
He
down
already
there and
has
they're
a
just like,
title.
and Steady Shoot, and the crowd oohs, like they ooh, because your face appears on the screen again with the big flashing warning, and you just hear
Yeah.
you hear the announcer, the big boss himself, and the band kind of puts up what can be assumed to be like an 8-bit Bowser, just kind of spinning in the air. Although it's like more dragon-esque, you know. They don't actually know what Bowser is, but you can guess that it's a dragon.
Sure.
And going on, like they continue down the way to Mr. Darkfire.
I didn't know I had to get you a description.
You know, I was I mean the announcer just kind of starts shuffling through his notes, and you just hear over the intercom, "My God, you were unprepared." And he
If you said this last week, I didn't hear it.
I did, and I said it at the beginning of this session too.
Whoops.
I said it at the very beginning, and then like one other time. I was giving y'all a fair warning, but the announcer is continuing. No guilt here. And he kind of shouts over the intercom again, "And Darkfire!" And you see the announcer kind of like look over to the band, who just starts, who kind of like a couple of them kind of tilt their head, but then a few others kind of jump on this opportunity, and they kind of you see like minor illusions kind of appear above their head. It's just like a normal wolf, and then a plus symbol, and then what looks to be like fire, and then it just says equals, and they kind of hover that over next to the projection screen as it kind of pans over to your face. And the crowd oohs just like they had with Steady Shoot, and I mean it's fairly obvious as to why that might be. As you kind of look around, there is really no other Phoenix Bulls. I mean, if you're looking closely, the one that you had met previously in the Druid School is just kind of sitting with what seems to be like the rest of her class, like up on one of the edges. They seem to be kind of taking notes, and the students definitely look somewhat bummed that they have to take notes at a school function like this. And he continues on, and in this corner, he starts off, and the camera pans toward Ring Dancer. "We have Ring Dancer!" And she looks kind of shocked, and she just like stands up on two of her hooves and just starts doing a little boxing maneuver. And as she does, they switch that minor illusion over by the thing back over to the top of them. And they change it so it's like two boxing gloves that are kind of mimicking her motions with her hooves. And you just hear Candlelight before the announcer even gets to him, like those around Candlelight. He's like, "Oh no, 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 no." He just kind of plugs his ears, and the announcer continues. And the last team member, I say team member, he's definitely not a captain, and the whole place kind of starts like laughing, and Candlelight definitely gets a lot redder. Candlelight, and at around that time, Candlelight actually does kind of sneeze, and a little bit of flame comes out of his nose, and that laughter turns into a general like impressed ooh. And he leaves another little black mark on the field, and then looks around. He's definitely still red. the band, after they announce those guys, look over to. They do their whole they do their whole announcement of the Druids team going through them, and you guys would notice Patronum, or no, not Patronum. Sorry, I gotta take her out. Boop. I just had everybody in here for a reason. And the other one. Oh, she's already out. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I need that one last one. Boop. Aha. Hang on. What are you gonna put in? There we go. Oh no, Patronum was in. It was Protego that was gone. Ha 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 ha. I knew that. Okay, cool. So
No, you didn't. Don't lie.
I do. Don't you judge me. Anyway, they're going to they start going through all of the druid teams, and as they're kind of going through, you'd realize that they're the way that they're announced, you kind of get this general sense of what they're good at. Oblivia, the team captain, she's definitely the enchanter on the team, because they have a traditional team that has focuses on all the different school classes.
Like us.
Kadavra is specifically the necromancer, I guess, of the group. Last Cap is the evocation dude. Patronum is the illusion guy, and Transia is the transmographer.
Hey, Duck, really quick. How many of them look like they can fly?
All of them. They're sphinxes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
All right then.
And around this time, the band starts running out toward the center, and you just see them start playing their hype song. And they, as they're kind of going along, you see them just kind of, the announcer just starts saying, "Give me a C, give me an A, give me another A, give me a T." Like, and give me an S, and as they're doing this, the band is kind of shuffling around and making these letters in formations. And, he continues, just, "What is that spell?" And the whole crowd goes, "Cat!" And, like, they all do this, like, hand motion that's kind of like a little claw, like, as they do.
I choose to assume that they're making jazz hands.
Not particularly. They're doing, like, a mockish, like, claw.
Isdal flicks his tail in annoyance.
And the band rushes off, and the announcer seems to have one last announcement. He says, "And our last player." And the crowd goes silent. And from the back, you start hearing boo, boo, from like the central kind of opening that you guys hadn't gone on. And as the booming gets closer and closer, you guys start to see a large shadow emerge itself from up here in the center line. Boom, 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 boom. And making itself known is a very large black dragon who makes his way to the center of the stage, lifts his head, and gives out a mighty roar to the excitement of the crowd. And as he does, you guys notice this barrier start to kind of form up and around the arena. And as it does, you kind of notice these arcane eyes swiveling around the top, kind of keeping an eye on everybody for the projector screen's sake. A little red mark above the dragon, and both, just above the dragon, sorry, just kind of makes itself known on the top of the field once it gets over him. And the announcer shouts his name as he's kind of as he's doing his magnificent roar. "It's Eclipse!" And like everybody just, like, the band kind of makes like a sun and then a moon. They put the actual light spell behind the sun symbol, and then as it kind of overlays the moon, they kind of just take the light away. And the referee starts coming over to your team and one over to theirs, and he's about right over here and looks to you guys. Who's gonna do the initial coin flip?
Spada's over there hiding, so who's gonna
Start
do
answer. Start answer. Do you want to take the honors? You're the only one that actually attends the school after all.
Yeah.
Fine.
Star dancer.
By the way,
Star
Ducky,
dancer. Yeah.
since I did make it for the game, do you want me to re-roll that perception check you had me make
Go
like
for
a
it.
couple of weeks ago?
Oh yeah. This dragon looks very familiar.
Okay.
What dragons can't be familiar? Stop being silly.
Pseudo dragons
Dragons,
can.
can dragons be unfamiliar?
I get that joke. Won't put 'em. And Oblivia seems to be kind of making
What?
her way.
There was no joke. That was literally pseudo dragons can be familiars.
I made a joke. Thanks for noticing.
You made a joke?
Uh,
Alright.
You might have cut out on my end. Sorry.
And the,
Oh, I don't know. I was just. It's not a great joke anyway.
and,
But okay.
and the ref just kind of like looks between you two. All right, who's calling heads? Who's calling tails? Heads being one. In this case, heads being one, tails being two. And as per the rules, just so you guys know, this is pretty much to see who will the losing person in this coin toss will that's who the dragon is going to be targeting. Or I guess the winning person gets to choose who the dragon will be targeting first to start. So, ring dancer. Or star dancer. Sorry, wrong dancer.
Heads.
All right, that means Oblivia chooses tails. Like I said, heads is 1, tails is 2. Oh, star dancer. The crowd goes kind of wild as you get the winning toss. Oblivia doesn't feel like beginner's luck kind of thing, and the ref looks to you. Do you wish to be the target, or do you wish this other team to be?
Well, let's see. I don't really know because I don't watch the game and I've never played before.
Well,
you can hear it from behind. Make
let's
them the
see.
target.
Yep, them being the target means that the dragon would go after their princess to try to get them a negative point off first.
Their princess is the one that's over on our side, or the one we're trying to capture.
I mean, I can make this just a little. I'll just make this a little less confusing. I'll switch the princesses. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that worked better.
So yeah. Now we're trying to detect the one with our name and
You just-
capture theirs. Okay.
You just see the princesses just like, oh, I'm on the wrong side, and they start running. And,
The little spout looks annoyed as you adjust for the other one.
and Oblivia nods and then goes to her side.
Okay.
And as they do, you see Transia specifically kind of step over in front of, like, kind of reposition herself in front of the princess. She seems to be the one that's going to be guarding it. And with that, the crowd starts counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, the dragon reels his head back again and roars. And the game has begun. You guys can feel free to give me initiative roll. We'll take the highest out of your team's initiative roll, and then I'll take the highest out of theirs. There's only going to be 3 people in the initiative: the dragon, the other team, and your team.
Well, not mine.
We're off to a great
on.
start.
I bet you can roll better.
Probably, but it is me.
Well, I mean, I think someone has a higher than +2 dex, so even if they rolled a 1, it would still be better.
Just to add 4 to what I roll. Whoops, hold on. Let me actually select my character. There we go. There we go.
Isdell didn't select their character either.
I have to roll all these guys too. So.
Oh, hold on. I gotta roll. Excuse Excuse me.
What was the highest level of spell allowed again?
6.
Okay, good.
1.
Which we can't even cast, so, or I can't even cast, so.
I
Never
can!
Yay.
We're level 11, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
And I just need to check what actually did come down to the tie. Funny thing. Your dex.
Well,
bonus
mine's...
looks like it's-
Don't forget to add +4 to my highest.
Ooh. I'm re-rolling. Oh, plus 40 or
Or +4 to mine.
Oh, then you
So it
guys-
comes out to 25.02.
She had a 21.02 as well. So.
Yay for heightened awareness.
Yep. So it looks
I'm
like we're
glad
taking
I-
Darkfire
Right back.
initiative for your guys' team.
Whoa.
I just took you guys out so I can have a little squirted out there. All right, and their highest initiative. Dragon.
All right. What did they get for initiative? I had to step out a second.
The Highland Hippies got a 21.02.
What'd the dragon get?
That is what I am rolling at this extreme moment.
You should have rolled that first, duck.
No.
Why roll it
You're a
first?
failure.
We need more attention.
Let's see. All right. Dragon. There you go. Actually, there you go.
Mhm.
I see. Steady Shoot is ready to seize that initiative.
And that being said, is there any questions prior to us beginning? I could copy paste the general rules of like how you're going to be approaching this. So I will post this in the Discord, just so you guys have it available to like look through as you're kind of playing. All right, so it looks like you guys effectively get 5 normal actions split between you guys. You guys can use those however you wish. 4 swift actions, with no one player getting more than 2 actions, and 3 swift actions. And I mean, you guys can kind of figure out how you're going to be doing that in your case, because you guys are all PG. And every team member gets a movement. If you have a princess, she is to move with you, so you don't have to, like, she'll move with you so long as you like, you take her with you, pretty much. And,
Okay, so
there you go.
Yeah.
You guys' turn.
so first things first. Should I put a dome of ice around the princess?
I think it sounds like a good idea.
And freeze the poor princess.
Well, I
Well,
mean...
wait. Before you do that,
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking Little Spout should create
Get up there
an
as well.
illusion, possibly of an ice dome, over the princess, dart into where things are, come flying out of the spot, just to totally confuse everybody. Then you can put down the actual ice cube. So that then there's an illusion of an ice cube on top of an actual ice cube.
Okay.
Just to confuse everybody
So
even more.
that'll be 2 actions. Is everyone okay with that?
How many actions do we get?
5.
Ah,
And
okay.
it's 2 per player.
Well, 2 max. Like, you give one player 2 max actions and 3 swift actions.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, give me a second. I gotta double check the.
Alrighty, now that I've written it down.
Plus 1 foot.
well, it sounds like Little Spout is claiming 2 actions. She wants to illusion to then move.
Every player gets a movement.
Oh, okay, then just 1. 1 for Little Spout.
Hold on. So 3 feet plus 1 foot. So. Duck. It's a circle that goes out to there.
Gotcha. So you're just putting it around the.
That's the radius.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's going around the entire thing right there.
Sweet.
Boom.
I will. I'll try to draw that kind
I can draw it.
So
think.
I also feel like somebody should actually be inside the dome with the princess. Just saying.
Somebody run in there.
I don't.
Not me, because I want to be on the outside to cast other magic.
I will let you guys kind of like ask me what you want the NPCs to do. If you guys have any extra actions at the end of things, I will definitely direct them as I would themselves, or if things are happening to them, pretty much. Like,
Who can get in there? Is a question. Like quickly enough.
I can get in there.
Would you mind doing that?
Yeah, I guess. I guess I'll run over there and get in there, and then you're going to make a dome around me.
Right. Little spout would go.
and the purpose of
Her.
the dome, the purpose that you want for this dome is just like fool the other players, yeah.
Yep.
Actually, sorry. Little spout should be
So,
coming
Little
towards her
Spout
guard.
had a dome that did that, yes. And then I put an actual dome. So I put an actual dome as she put a fake dome above it. So it looks like there's a dome that's bigger than what's actually there.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
That's-
So they're gonna go to attack the first one and miss because it's not actually there.
Gotcha. That's pretty
Can
snappy.
I-
I like that. I like that.
And they'd be like, "Oh my god, it's an
Can't move that
illusion!
down.
Your
It's
circle
actually
is so much better than mine. So.
Yeah, that's because I did the draw shape, and then you hold Shift and Alt. Shift to snap to grid, then Alt to make it an ellipse. I can't appear to move it, though.
Not with that attitude, you won't."
Hey, so
I get rid of these things.
give me just I need to.
How do you do
we're
it?
doomed.
Draw shape.
Yeah, you just hold. I believe it's like alt.
Yep. Okay, there's that one. I guess I need to do all that. There we go. Of course, it's moving me also.
Do you mean like that? Or like that?
Yeah.
Why can't you move it afterwards though?
I don't know.
You can. You have to select it. You have to full select the entire thing.
Yeah, I was able to
Okay.
move mine. But anyway, look, there it is. A circle.
And then
Okay,
another
yeah.
circle around it. That's the illusion.
I
Gotcha.
can rotate it, but I can't actually move it. What the heck?
Did you select it?
Yes.
I got you. Oh no.
There, look, 2 circles.
Okay, you have to zoom in so you can actually.
Very nice.
And
Put
I
the
will make it
mouse
the
over the
color
line.
of illusions. Ah.
Then I'm gonna move to here.
Wait, why did you make an illusory circle around the circle that actually exists?
So that way when they go to attack it, they miss and they waste an action. Because
Okay.
they don't know that the only one that's real is on the inside. They didn't see the one on the inside, they only saw the one on the outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm going to go like that and move over here next to Ring Dancer.
How many actions have we taken now?
I've used one.
No, 3. Wait, no, 2. Star Dancer moving doesn't count.
Okay.
Yep.
Moving
And it's-
doesn't count.
Did Star Dancer go inside the sphere or?
Yes.
Yes, inside.
Okay.
Where did this though go? You're supposed to be guarding me.
I have a plan.
I'm gonna take a moment. Go over here.
Actually, let's get the point. Hold on.
Remember,
I was like right there.
I'm totally a princess. You're supposed to protect me from being captured or rescued. One or the other.
Both.
Would you
We're
guys
supposed to prevent you from being captured and rescued.
Yes, those things.
for most movement and stuff, if you guys don't like ask me specifically where to, like what you're shouting toward these guys, or maybe like if you were wanting them to do or something like that, I will move around Candlelight and Ring Dancer and do things that they would do.
I think Ring Dancer. I think forming a defensive wall and just prepping for them to get here would be the best idea. Agreed or disagree?
Candlelight would go there then.
Candlelight, go after their princess as if she was at least half as pretty as I was.
He looks back. Yes, ma'am.
Note that Little Spout said was, because currently she's disguised as one of the princesses.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to take an action real quick.
Yep. Go for it.
So I'm gonna turn back to the double ice hemisphere, or double hemisphere of ice. And I'm going to make a giant. I'm going to cast Wall of Thorns around that.
Oh no!
So a bunch of tiny pseudo dragons are gonna. Alrighty, so it'll be.
Of course, it strikes me to ask: does concentrating count as one of my actions?
I mean, starting the spell does, but concentrating on it, if just look at the actual like spell description. If it actually says it takes an action, as like in normal rules, then I would say yeah.
Well, wait, it's concentration. Concentration takes an action. That's what I'm asking.
Then yes, it would definitely take an action then, because you're just
All right.
keeping the spell going, you know.
Little Spout is slowing the team down. No.
Oh, there we go.
Well, you know.
How do I erase that?
Just drawing a circle.
Or actually, you know what, screw it. Because it's like I can do up to 22 of 10 by 10 by 5 foot thick.
Okay. Yep. That's a lot of space.
So, let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Me.
No.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we really hate? You guys. You guys. We hate you guys.
Woo!
Or you could actually probably just draw a circle. That would look much better.
Do you want me to draw a circle? Do you have a preference on
Or
color?
someone-
Circle master.
Or
Oh God,
Oh no!
that's not a circle. Oh.
no,
That's
it's
the weirdest circle I've ever seen.
well, actually, because it was supposed to be like lines, but okay, that's not gonna work
I'm
because
pretty sure that's a stop
Hey.
sign.
anything that's purple you should erase. I've never used.
I feel
this
like
before.
that's a good general rule in life.
Hey,
If you see something that's purple, you should probably erase it.
Got you.
nice drawings there, Da Vinci.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so I'm just
Oops.
gonna put down this green there.
Because I can't move it apparently.
There. How's that?
Oh, that's much better.
Like that.
Hooray! Man, do you think we have enough walls?
No.
I feel like we should try to fit at least a
I
few
mean,
more
if you
in
have
there.
if you have another action, I mean, technically you could have asked Candlelight to run around those thorns and put a wall of fire.
I mean, I do have a wall of fire prepared.
Oh yeah, 'cause that's one of your domain spells, yeah.
But I'm not gonna. Yep. However, I'm not going to do that. I will allow somebody else to use an action should they choose.
I'm just going to.
Steady, get in a better position. I can do some good stuff.
I have my staff out and ready to go.
Because we have 1 or 2 more actions left.
You guys have one more action, I believe.
Okay.
And then as many swift actions, pretty much you have like you have a total
Welcome back.
4 swift actions for anything you guys can do on swift actions.
We need more Inquisitors to use those swift actions.
Or bards, funnily enough.
Have we used up all the actions?
We have one more.
action.
Got me to cast Lightning Wall?
Oh
Yes.
God! Why?
Oh no.
Well, they wanted to go save a princess, so we gave them an ice castle and a wall of thorns.
Yeah, it's literally like
Sleeping
tiny,
Beauty.
like, plethora of just like it's the literal castle for this princess that she's captured in.
I mean, this is practically. Do you want it inside the ice hemisphere or outside the wall of thorns?
I was just going to stick it on the inside, and how do I not?
Well, there you go. I did that.
There we go. Yeah, but it's the wrong color.
I thought. Well, okay, fine. I'll make it the other color then. I can change the color.
There we go. On top of it.
There, is that better?
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Woo!
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So
like a
many
solar-
walls.
It's a solar system.
It's like it's a solar system. Okay. It's just hilarious.
The princess should be like so flattered.
How many layers do we have at this point? 4?
4.
Yes. And
Okay,
one of
so-
them's not even real.
What's
so
the fourth
4
layer again?
Thorns.
Okay, so it goes thorns, illusion, ice,
Illusion of
lightning.
ice, and then actual ice.
Oh my
and then
god.
lightning.
So, okay, so 4 actions were used to make these walls. What was the 5th action used for?
Illusion.
No, that was one of the walls.
Wasn't
I
the
was
little
pretty sure
spouts
we still had.
Princess Illusion?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She also turned in. No, she was already a princess.
Yeah.
That's me.
So then we still have one more action. Oh, there you go.
Steady shoot. Would you like to do anything?
Let's move me into the way.
You can do that. That's not actually an action.
You did say. I mean, you could cast spells as well, so they shoot like haste or something. Like you.
Yeah, I guess I could stand here and I could cast haste. I think I'm within 30 feet of everyone.
Well, see, the question is whether any two people you're targeting are within 30 feet of each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
targeting on haste is stupid.
All right. So it probably needs to be. We probably
You
need
do these.
Little Spout.
these
You
people.
need to move forward because you need to get you. Star Dancer is good, but
Yeah, don't worry about me.
in my experience, Star Dancer doesn't actually use her melee attacks very often. So it needs
Not
to
at
be-
this level.
You can get
Me,
these people.
It needs to be me, you, and Ring Dancer at least.
I mean, I
Okay.
just moved her that way. Like, if you guys told her to like stay close by, I could just reverse that.
You know what I could do?
She's-
They need to be all within 30 feet. Hold on.
Closer. There you go. Now we are in range. We are now. Everybody is in range. Well, except
Nope.
not you. Sorry.
Right. But I kind of consider him a non-entity for combat.
For sake of argument, I started here. Let me just replot
Kind of
my
a-
path. Where it's close. There. That's as close as I could get with my 50 feet of movement. And he's still too far away.
Well, he could not move as far. Or if he hasn't moved, he could move back one.
Wait, who?
Candlelight.
Oh,
If he, there you go.
sorry.
Now everybody is within range of hasty glory.
Woo.
That's even better than regular glory.
And everybody's hasted. So yeah, cool. Is that
I'm
what you guys
assuming-
think, or-
That will just make us go faster and only really affect attacks on like full attacks if that ever actually happens.
Because I didn't make a rule for it yet, we'll say it gives you guys like 2 extra actions.
What
we'll-
does
How
haste?
fancy!
Like, yeah, pretty much as a unit, you 2 guys like targeted the entire like team, or like most of the team except for Star Dancer targeted.
Star Dancer is not.
It's okay.
Nope.
Well, most of your team is targeted, so it'd be like 2 extra actions total between you guys. You guys are just.
All right, we're
Does that
done.
apply for this turn?
That feels unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
I would say next
Yeah.
turn.
Okay.
So, go to the
Onwards!
Go toward the Highland hippies. Whoosh. It's their turn, and almost as if they kind of had like the same kind of battle plan. They see all these thorns and everything start like popping up, and I mean, Oblivia is the first to kind of spring into action, and she starts actually circling, putting a wall of fire up in front of their princess, in this kind of line. I will draw here. That's a very obvious thing. Oop. I should make it red, because that's fancy.
I mean, she says that, but we do have people who are immune to fire.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, a wall of fire. Step.
But they don't know that.
The problem is the princess is not immune to fire.
Problem is, the princess is in another castle.
It's not like I can't cast a wall of ice to the wall of fire and get rid of it.
And
That would be confusing.
Olivia kind of motions to Blast Cap, who kind of steps out this way. And you, he starts madly cackling and giving like a little, like definitely like casting something. And I need everybody in a 40-foot radius of and steady shoot. Give me a reflex save as you guys see a fireball
who?
hurtle towards you guys.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Dexterity save?
He hurled. Yeah.
It's called a
But-
reflex save.
Reflex
I'm
save.
grabbing my.
Plebeian.
Bad on initiative, great on the reflex.
That's good. It's good. I'm gonna be back in a sec.
I got my my old fireball template, so hang on, I'm putting that on the map for you guys here. So.
Do you have an ice ball one yet?
Not Blast Cap. Blast Cap is domain of fire. Thank you very much. Hang on.
Isdel's asking for Isdel.
Oh wait,
Because he
I didn't
wants
even make
one.
the save.
Wow.
Oh my God, that is perfect.
His DC, if I'm looking at this right, fireball DC 17. It could be 17.
So he specifically blasting what looks like a princess? Question mark? Question mark?
Oh.
I mean, technically yes, but he was more focused on steady shoot.
Yeah. He's just very reckless.
His name is Blast Cap, and he has a crazy eye. I mean,
Little Spout attempts to shriek like a princess should, at least in her head.
I mean, if it consoles you, Little Spout, it's almost like he actually didn't notice you behind the steady shoot.
What was the DC again?
The DC is 17.
Well,
So it
at least
looks
Little
like-
Spout rolls with the
So
heat.
I pass like crazy. Gotcha.
Yep. And I'm putting that back on.
See, if this was second edition, you would have taken no damage.
Oh, and I need to roll one for Miss. What's her face?
Oh God, what's her face?
Character and dancer. That's the one. And funnily enough, I don't think that Candlelight is immune to fire. He has fire resistance,
Loser.
just not.
I should write a fanfic about a changeling, and its name will be What's Her Face.
What's her? That succeed? Ooh, barely. Barely succeed. And then
I'll be glad to see that pop.
Let's see the damage.
Well, Candlelight has to roll his too. I'm getting speed up here. Roll 20's just being slow on me.
And one day, Little Spout will actually encounter things that hit what she can resist.
And he has a very terrible, dex. That's what I thought. Okay. And so this will do.
I mean, he does get a +1 for being hasted. Woo, but that's not enough.
Yeah, no. No, this does.
That reminds me to turn on the haste modifier.
Yeah,
That is.
I did.
Now I'm reminding myself to do it.
Oh,
There
Oh yeah,
we go.
that's right. We're all hasted, aren't we? Pretty much.
Yes,
Oh, there's
you're
a-
all hasted.
Wait, there's a place you could turn on a haste modifier?
Yep. Set buffs.
anyway.
Wait.
For Candlelight and as though you were in the radius, everybody would take half damage except for Candlelight.
18 ouchies. Little Spout is displeased. And she is also shrieking like a madam who has been burned.
You see Blast Cap start to look just a tad worried. Let me open up Miss Dancer.
How is my?
I forgot if she had evasion or not, which would be an important thing in this context. I don't think Brawlers get evasion. Might have taken.
No.
No, that is not a thing they get. They get all the feats, whatever they want. That's what they get.
Rogues and ninjas are the only ones that can get evasion unless you get a ring of evasion.
And
Who doesn't get a ring of evasion? Wait, I don't have one of those. God damn it.
They're expensive.
And I'm just pulling up Candlelight's here just to see what his fire resistance is, because I've actually never had to use this to date yet, funnily enough. Alright, Candlelight's fire resistance, just for your guys' knowledge too. Close this up. Is, what is this? fire resistance 2 times his current burn, which is 0 so far. So no fire resistance yet, anyway.
Wait, he doesn't have any burn?
Not that he's
Little
used today,
Sprout,
no.
we need to have serious conversations with him and about how much he really needs to have some burn going.
Well,
Like, it makes a huge difference for the better.
Well, he definitely took all that damage then. That's funny.
I mean, do you see that huge blue bar that Little Sprout has?
Yeah.
She hasn't done anything yet.
Here,
Oh.
ignore this real quick.
Yeah, that's all burn that she just walks around with. Burn, 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 burn.
She's just like,
Oh.
ooh, just overexerting myself constantly.
Well, no, it's more she wakes up in the morning and it's like, okay, time to prepare. Okay, I'm ready.
Just like that.
Yes.
All right. And let me go to the next of these team members I had over here. Yeah, so you see the more darker robed-looking one, Gavra in the back, noticed on the screen before, run over behind the wall of fire, muttering and casting something he did so. It's just fire, so you'll be able to see through it. He is similarly casting a wall of thorn.
Mine's bigger.
But they wouldn't even have thought of it if we hadn't done it.
You never know.
So,
Well,
Oh my
what's,
gosh.
What's good
So-
for the geese and all that?
so we're trying to save a princess by cutting through a wall of thorns while fighting a black dragon.
I mean, it sounds
Well,
like
Trying to get the princess.
And I mean, yeah.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
It's like technically the dragon's like sort of on our side right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
true.
switches. So the moment that,
Yeah.
per the rules, the moment that he captures a princess, or that team, or one of the teams scores, then switches sides.
I was just laughing because it seems a lot like Sleeping Beauty.
That's hilarious. All right, and let me just do this right here. This one right over here, and yeah, use her movement to get over here, past the thing. And we go to corner. G. Ooh, fun. He, or she rather, Burnham will also go over here, and she begins casting something, it seems, on herself. And we go to the dragon's turn. Roars a mighty roar. Roar, just like that. A dragon's roar. Yeah?
Exactly like that.
Yep.
Let's see. And he immediately. Now he only has normal turns, so he gets like a movement action, swift action. Like that's what the dragon gets. And let me see. Breath
The
weapon.
dragon wishes it had haste.
That's true. And he's actually going to double move. Get a little closer. Little rebels, we are up to you.
Okay, I have an idea.
Yep.
Okay.
So you know how there's the wall of fire and the thorns.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have your guys' blessing to throw an ice ball right here and destroy both while hitting some of them as well?
Sounds good.
Sounds
I
good to me.
I'm not complaining.
You hear that, Duck?
I didn't see your maneuver. What were you doing?
I am throwing an ice ball like right here, so that way I hit him. That one, the wall of fire, and the wall of thorns. with
and
a single
hopefully
attack.
not the princess.
Yeah, and hopefully not the princess.
Okay, right now, here, show
We
me.
need the actual template.
Yeah, throw the fireball template down.
Let me grab that. Oop. Bring it way over here.
I mean, you also don't really want to hit the dragon.
No, I'm trying to avoid hitting the dragons, but if I'm thinking of
In
this,
fact, I think it might be easier to hit these three.
that is perfect because I'm not hitting the dragon.
What? No, yes,
Am
you
I?
are.
You
And
are
you're
the
not
dragon.
hitting. You're only hitting one of them. No, this is a terrible place to put it.
Then move it up one. Boom.
Move it up again.
Yes.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're hitting all the things.
And this is an ice ball, yeah?
Yes, this is ice, not fire. So let me
David,
grab the
just-
damage
just
from that.
Question for you. I would take it that actually puts out all the fire, or is that like a...
Well, I mean, let's see what Wall of Fire says. As I quickly look that up. What the hell does Wall of Fire say? Wall of Fire says... Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Oh, here we go. It can be extinguished. Wait. Like, they mention extinguishing it, but they don't say how you do it. Which is annoying to me. Oh, here we go. If you evoke a wall, blah. If any 5-foot length of the wall takes 20 points or more of cold damage in one round, that length goes away. There we go. That is the answer.
Yep. However, I don't think the Wall of Thorns is really effective.
Well, I mean, it's still damage.
It doesn't say on the Wall of Thorns. It doesn't say damage.
Oh. But yeah, the wall would be demolished here.
Yeah, pretty much all
The
the way
wall
down.
of fire is mostly destroyed.
Yeah, it would only be like for like 1 5-foot square at this point, I think.
And what's the other one? It's a wall of thorns.
Yeah, so it says a Wall of Thorns can be breached by sleep with edged weapons. Chopping away at the wall creates a safe passage 1 foot deep for every 10 minutes of work. Normal fire cannot harm the barrier, but magical fire burns it away in 10 minutes.
Well,
What
it wasn't fire.
What would a
So
blast-
Yeah,
that's
but
cold
I
damage
think
with
that
that.
just freezes it.
Nothing. you made all the plants cold.
They were prepared
Aw.
for the winter.
Also, 10 minutes, what?
Good job, bro.
Do they actually have? Does it have any hit points?
What's your DC for the reflex save on
Yeah,
that?
that's the weird thing. The Wall of
It's an
Thorns
acid.
doesn't actually have hit points to remove.
Yeah.
It's a DC 22 reflex.
22.
Yeah, it's listed on the chat.
None of them made it.
Okay, so they all take
Wow.
43 points of cold damage.
Ouch.
Oh, that
Wow, Wall
sounds
of Thorns
painful.
is actually better than I originally thought.
Yeah, Wall of Thorns
Wow.
seems pretty amazing.
I just did a lot of damage. Ouch. Okay, guys, that was my plan
Hey.
for the turn.
Following in our normal 1-2 punch, I step around from the side and I cast Fireball in the exact same place.
Oh no. What's your DC?
My DC, well, probably less than. Well, no, his was 22. Yeah, mine's going to be less than his, but it'll be 19.
19?
I have a stupid DC, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does. We were talking about that last time because he's like, "Oh, what? You only have this?" I'm like, "I have normal stats. Stop."
And only Blast Cat makes the save, so roll your damage. Ouch. Ouch.
How did you do
57
11?
total.
Are you busy murdering the other team? You're
Wait,
supposed to
wait,
just
wait.
get their
How
princess.
did you do 11d6?
Whoops.
Just take off the one, so it's 33.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just
my
last
bad.
die.
I forgot about that part. I had in my mind that it's,
So 33
Yeah,
points.
26.
You were just eager to do fire damage.
You don't have that. Or is it a? I think it's a meta magic. But anyway,
Is there an improved fireball spell?
no, there's a meta
No.
magic. I think it's a meta magic that allows you to
Yes.
increase the number of dice over its normal maximum.
You can get it up to 15 eventually
Ooh.
with the meta magic.
With ice included? Ooh, that'd hurt. Anyways,
Alright, and that was that action.
All right, so
Yes.
we're down to 5 more because we have 7.
Yep.
Also, is Oblivia immune to fire? Why is she standing in the firewall?
Why who?
Oblivia, are they immune to fire? So, I mean,
Oh.
they are standing in the firewall.
that's
That
where
sounds bad.
That's where he like ended the fire, like 'cause he was kind of running around and doing it. I can. He would have just done that anyway. Like.
Just checking. You know, I mean, maybe he is immune to fire. Eh? That's not impossible. They are wizards.
We just did 77 points of damage between the two of us.
76, but yeah.
Or 76, right?
Well, I mean, this is a wizard duel. This is kind of a initiative wins kind of situation.
True.
So we'll forget about, saving the princess. We'll just take out the other team.
Well, that
Just
doesn't
like-
actually get you a point. You really
I
do
know.
need to get the princess.
No, I was just gonna, they'll have to forfeit because they don't have enough players to play anymore.
They
Oh, that's
they
true.
remember when you kill a player, they pause play, and they take them
Uh-huh.
off, and they pretty much spend a round resurrecting them. Is effectively what it comes down to.
Yes, but then they have negative levels, and that's not good for them.
Yes.
All right. Hold on.
Besides, we don't want to be the team that wins by just murdering the hell out of the other team.
Why not? It's fun.
Yeah, then they'll probably pass a rule about like just never allowing a non-student to ever compete ever again because oh my god, remember that last time?
Who we let Party of Adventurers play?
Yes, that was. I mean, that was a terrible idea on their part, but still, let's not make them regret it.
We
too
just
badly.
we just immediately raised a bunch of walls and just started hurling stuff hundreds of feet. It's Squidward all over again.
All I'm saying is Little Spout's trying to have some finesse with this. Also, Little Spout does take a action because she has to keep concentrating on the wall. Although she's wondering if she actually does need to worry about that wall. You know what? She's going to stop concentrating and her wall goes...
Alright, so who's taking the next, 5 actions? I could cast Ice Storm down there as well. If you want me to. I'll just throw that out there.
You actually have to grab the princess.
Get the princess! Do things that do not involve things that are not
If we
the
put
princess.
if we put the Ice Storm out here, it would limit everyone to coming through over here to get in and out. Otherwise, they have to go through whatchamacallit. Yeah.
Right,
otherwise, it's
yes.
considered difficult terrain.
Little Spout is hanging out next to Isdale, who is supposedly her guardian.
I mean, I'm looking over the rules, and we could just, harry them so badly that the dragon keeps taking their princess, and they get -5 points, and they lose.
I mean, that is one
Well,
way.
I
You
to
could
it,
do
yeah.
that. Wait.
Well, I think that what it is the actually hold.
Or do we lose a point because it's after the princess we're supposed to capture?
Yeah.
Wait.
It makes
Hold on,
no
let's look at
sense.
the rules. Let's look at the rules really fast.
Because who is it that the dragon is usually going after?
The princess.
Well, yeah, but which princess?
Currently
The losing
assigned
team?
to their princess.
Yeah, but you said something about it goes after the.
It might switch once a point has been scored.
Where are those?
Okay, so yeah. The dragon's target is chosen upon an initial coin flip to start and will focus on the loser's princess until that team scores or the dragon manages to capture her.
So there it is. So anyway, we have done 3 actions at this. Actually, no, sorry, 2 actions at this point.
Okay, so they would lose points because it's their princess. We're trying to capture their princess.
If we capture the princess, we get a point, and the dragon stays on them. If the dragon gets their princess, then the dragon will switch over to us.
Right.
So we want to get that princess.
So we either get their princess, and once we do that, then the dragon will take their princess and they'll lose a point.
I mean, those are two separate things.
Well, but then the difference becomes 2 because we have 1 point and they have negative.
Well, if we do rescue the princess, then everything resets, although the dragon will stay after them.
Right, so we want to go after the dragon. Or
No.
not after the dragon,
What?
after the princess.
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay. I think that we should just go with the way it's supposed to be played and try to capture the princess.
Yes. And Duck, question, did his fireball count as magical fire against the wall of thorns?
Yes. But like, I don't
Okay.
think it hit your wall of thorns.
No, it did. I put it in the same spot as Isdell.
Oh, dark fires. Yeah.
We hit their wall of thorns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
was
the
thinking
wall of
the
thorns
fire
is
wall.
on fire. It's
It
so
is on
cheerful.
fire.
How are they looking down there, by the way?
Angry.
Okay.
Alright, I'd like to take a standard action to shift. I'll go ahead and become my favorite Emperor Cobra. And also with haste, I was reading it. So, what are the bonuses again?
+1 to hit, +1 to armor class, +1 to reflex saves. You move 30 feet faster, and the team has 2 more actions. Hooray!
Okay. So, I'll go ahead and start heading over. Ah, of course that's changed. Alrighty. I get to about here.
And you hear the announcer. And the first team one team is first across their team line, and the crowd goes wild, seeing this very abnormal team actually doing really well. You seem to have thrown the druidic team into kind of like a like they were pretty much underestimating you initially, and they're now figuring out that no, like we gotta pull out all our stops, guys, kind of thing. Like that's what they're looking at. Like they're
Experience.
all right.
Okay, so we still have 4 more actions, right?
Sounds right.
Okay.
Does anybody else have things to do?
I mean,
Little Spout shall nudge Isdell and kind of gesture very subtly towards the north side, towards them. Nudge, nudge, point, point.
the north side's towards them?
Point, 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 point. Point, point,
Okay,
point, point.
okay, I get what you're saying now. We're gonna move over there, right?
Silent nod.
Okay.
Oh.
Fancy.
In terms of other stuff I can do, just so you guys know, I can do Phantasmal Killer, Ice Storm.
Phantasmal killer, just murder.
Yeah. That does not reach that far. That does not reach that far. I mean, I can scare the shit out of them with Dark Whispers, I guess. And Magic Missile. That's about it.
Well, if that scatters them and stops them from doing things effectively, then that's a good thing.
Oh, wait. I have Fear. But it's only 30 feet. Shit.
Well, I mean, the only thing they have to fear is the fear spell, so you should totally test that.
I mean, I could just cast Phantasmal Killer. If it doesn't kill them, it does 3d8 damage. Or 3d6 damage.
That seems less than ideal. Unless the idea really is to just murder hobo.
I don't know. I have mostly, like, kill spells now, so...
Little Spout is pouting.
Actually. Hold on, you said this is a black... they've cast a wall of fire and a fireball. I reach over to you, Little Spout, and give you
Little Spout perks an ear. Boink.
spell resistance.
Boom. Little Spout
Equal to 23.
probably does not understand what the hell you just did. Oh no, she's not trained in spellcraft. She has no idea what the hell you just did.
Now, if magic goes to hit you, if it doesn't, if they're not powerful enough or powerful of mind, this is in character. You will not get hit by the spell.
Little spout pouts dramatically. Oh, you brute! You're just trying to stop them from rescuing me.
Very nice. I will take that bluff check into account for future things that need to come up. Yeah? Okay.
But yes, in all seriousness, you have a spell resistance of 23 now.
There you go. But yes, Little Spout is trying to play the part of the princess.
Yes.
Well, the actual princess is stuck behind a ice cube that they can't even see through, so...
Oh, this whole thing.
See? Little Spout had plans. Plans in plans.
They just didn't plan for an ice fireball, I suppose.
I mean, that was
An ice
their
ball?
fault. That was their failure in planning. So far, everything is turning up Little Spout.
That's fair.
Do we have any other actions you want to take, or are we done?
I
If
mean,
you want to move, go ahead and
we have-
move, because moving doesn't count.
we have 3 more because it took 1 for me to cast the spell resistance.
Yes.
And does anyone else have things they want to do?
I see movement. Moving is fine. Moving doesn't even count.
Steady shoot?
And you have plus 30 feet of movement. Oh!
I would.
Oh, they do.
I mean, so how many actions do we have left now?
3.
3.
If nobody minds, I would like to take an action to make a double move.
Sure.
Sounds good to me. I don't have any objections.
Going to
You want to move
tackle the wall.
Ah.
You know, I just had the thought, you really kind of need me out there to dispel the thorn wall. But-
It doesn't have a ceiling. I can just pick them
yeah,
up as a
Don't worry
giant
about
bird.
it. We got it under control.
Yeah, it's open on the top. It's not like my Dome of Ice.
Forget about it. We got this.
Losers don't even have somebody to make a wall of ice.
Yeah, to be honest, Wall of Ice is slightly OP because I can cast it like another 20-ish times.
But why?
Because why not?
Oh my gosh.
Don't ask why.
That's just how it be, I suppose.
In theory, if I took the meta magic feat to change elements again, or if I got once I level up high enough, I can change it to a different element on top of ice. I could technically do a Dome of Fire as well.
I have a question. It's solid fire though, because that's the name of the effect. I have a question. You have a dome around the real princess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that theoretically kind of fucking suspicious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point. Because I have what looks to be princess with me and a wall of ice over there.
So that they can't tell if it's if one's a decoy or. So basically, it's like either
Yeah,
one.
because you can't see through that wall of ice.
So it's like, is the princess actually in there? Is that the end, or is that just a decoy?
I mean, ultimately, either one could be the decoy. Which is also,
No, they
which
have
is
no
also
idea.
why Little Spout is totally hamming it out.
Just hamming it up. Alright.
This is why she put her.
So
put
we
those
have
points in
2
fluff.
more actions. Does anyone else want to take an action?
Like, Little Spot would love to take actions. Actually, if nobody else has anything to do, she and Isdo could always advance forward more.
Yes, we can take a double action, just go forward more, and that would end all of our actions if everyone's okay with that.
Sure.
So that's loop.
I mean, if you can go further, Little Spot can keep up.
My movement speed is, I think, 40.
Oh, then.
Yeah, we have to go back 20 feet, I think.
What? No, don't forget haste.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I'm actually moving more because, yay. Hooray for haste!
Yes.
Oh, have you had a change of heart? Are you going to return me to them? Oh, maybe there's some hope for you after all.
What a jerk.
Wait. Hey, David, I have a question for you.
I have so many answers.
Technically
one of them will
speaking,
match.
is spark a magical fire?
I mean, it's magic and it's fire.
It lights things on fire.
It's magic
Cool. Okay.
and it's
I'm
fire.
just keeping that in mind for future reference. Okay.
I mean, it
So-
literally has the fire subtype, man.
Does it? Oh, it does. Shit. Okay, never mind. My setup's a little weird right now because I'm technically on a different machine than usual, so I can't really see that.
No problem. Well, I mean, I'm using D20 PFSR.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So that's the end of all of our stuff.
Alrighty, so you guys aren't using any swift actions or anything?
No. I don't think so. I don't have any swift actions.
That's fair. Hang on. Oop. It's the Highland Hippie's turn. Clearly they need to pull out all the stops. Very clearly.
You are gonna die.
No, they're not. Don't be silly.
Of course, now that I've said that, but
Oh, that's not good.
Yo! Who's my targeting with this? Just gotta see what this does exactly, really quick. Okay. This is, oh no. Alright, cool. Blast Cap will be the first to take a rather stumble spell because it was fire, and he seems to be quite used to fire as he jets it your way, first Darkfire.
oh, what does he do?
He is casting a greater flame sphere towards you.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Oh no! That literally has no
Oh
effect.
dear.
He casts it right here. Whoop. Moves it towards you. Nothing happens.
When it goes through me, I'd like to make. Could I try a bluff thing where it looks like it hurts?
Sure, go for it.
If this fails, it might just look like I'm being a sarcastic asshole.
Which is perfect.
Oh no!
I'm dying. Oh no.
Dramatic snake.
Are there any
I get a
badgers on the
plus
field?
1 to buffs.
Oh shit. Okay.
Also, I will point out, just for the giggles,
Is that
of
a
it,
battle tactic?
a ball of fire just rolled into the nice little burn mark on the ground there, so
Oh,
you know that
nice.
works.
Yeah. Well, he definitely pumps a little paw. Yes! And then moves it the 30 feet he's allowed over to Candlelight.
Oh, whoops.
Who is less than,
Candlelight needs to learn how to use burn.
It's true. It's very true. And Candlelight needs to give me a reflex save, blah, 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 blah. Oh,
Oh.
not his day.
Oh.
He just was not expecting this.
I imagine he watched it bump into the other one. He's like, "Oh, it won't move any. Oh, wait, it's moving. Okay, no! Ah.
Pretty much, yeah, that's how it went down. And he takes that damage, and Blast Cap is just having a great time. He's having an amazing time right now.
Not for
Very
long.
Well, at least he can be happy. He doesn't have a whole bunch of non-lethal to worry about. So yeah.
Oh, and apparently, Candlelight is actually on fire now.
Does he care?
Yeah, because he doesn't have burn going.
Oh wait, no,
now.
Candlelight's on fire. Okay, he does
Candlelight
care.
is actually on fire. He looks like he's on fire right now, but that's just his main color. Like, he's actually on fire at this very moment.
Oh, so realistic.
It's getting really hot in here, guys. Like,
It's getting hot in here.
That's effectively
No, 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 no. Please stop. Stop right there. Criminal scum.
And I'm going to check something. What was your bluff check on that? 20? Because what?
But is that? Would you consider that a battle?
About what?
I'm just. It's more for a save for one of the other.
Oh wait, no, that's a +2 attempt to feint. Never mind.
Yes. Fainting is a very specific
So-
thing.
My bluff check was a 20. Unless you're asking Little Spout, who I just also realized has a bluff check right above mine.
Well, actually, what's going to happen is Mrs. Nancy up here. I put it this way. Steve Blastcat blast you, and he's an opportunity to try to get you down. Pretty much is how it is, and suddenly over your head seems to be a sort of ice-ish barrage that starts coming down as she casts Ice Storm on you.
There it is.
And
Ooh, cold spells.
My buddy for that's on the other side of the field.
all right, 12 and 10, and I don't. Is there a save for this one?
Let me scroll up a little bit. Actually,
There it is. Oh, I don't see a save.
Said Ice Storm, right?
Yep.
Yep, saving throw none.
you are now also in rough terrain.
Yep, and she seems to be concentrating on it and focusing on you, particularly Darkfire.
Okay.
Who was that did that? That cast that? Was I able to
Yeah.
see them?
No, you're on the other side of a house from.
Blastcap uses his movement to go over there. It is.
I use Phantasmal Killer. No.
You see this druid right back here. For those on this side of the field, I think it's pretty much only you, Darkfire. Runs
Well.
back.
This one, right?
Yep. And back.
Candlelight. And Ring Dancer. And possibly Steady Shoot could see him.
Yeah. Anyway. Double moves over here and to it's seen. There we go. To cure Mr. Cadavra over here. As the things kind of start closing. Hang on. Now I gotta roll things. Nice. Awesome. And that leads me to Cadabra. Let's see. Alright. He waves a claw. And I need you, Darkfire, to give me a reflex save. He's 18.
Okay. And since I'm a snake and that seems physical, snakes or
What was that?
would I use the snakes or mine?
Your what?
Reflex.
Yours.
Okay,
Your,
sorry.
it's
Yeah,
all
just-
your stats, except specifically what the ability says it changes.
Okay. You said the DC was 18, right?
Yep, you will take this whole damage.
Alrighty.
As,
Okay.
he waves his claw and sends forth what seems to be almost like a rotting ball, and as soon as it gets near you, it kind of explodes, and bits of your flesh actually start kind of peeling off, before you can really like get out of
Just
the
use
way.
Explosion of Rot.
Yeah. And
What an ass!
he I need to actually roll a second thing. Ha! And you are staggered for a number of rounds equal to that.
Of course. Alrighty.
And I believe that getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actions. None of them have swift actions. What is the dragon's turn? Oop. The dragon, seeing that the wall is open, kind of flies in, right over the princess, picks her up, and the crowd, like the princess is clearly putting on a show for the crowd. She's going like, "Oh no!" and like, Oblivia's looking over like, "God damn it!" Like, and the dragon picks her up. And in one of the claws, it starts looking like he's about to pick her up and take her toward the top of the ring. Your guys' turn.
All right. Do we want to go on the attack? I can
I'd like
probably
to
make
do-
it to the.
Okay, actually, you go ahead first.
No, I don't think I can make it, even with haste. At this turn.
So since I'm staggered,
Can I?
I know one thing I'll do
I can
real quick.
Let me look at the rules really fast.
We want the dragon to be taking theirs, I believe.
It'll give them a -1, but we still have to get.
It would give them a -1 and also flip it over to going after ours.
But no, it says it keeps going after the loser.
I thought it said
If the
until.
dragon is revived, is the dragon put back in the middle of the field?
If what?
Yes.
If the dragon dies, is it put back in the middle of the field, and does it stay on the current target? Was that in the rules?
No. So that's what will.
All right. It says if the dragon dies, play is paused and the dragon is revived, and that's it.
Yes, he would be back in the middle of the field then.
And would he still be on the same target then?
No, I didn't. I don't. If I didn't note that, then no, he would switch sides.
You
You didn't
not
note
that.
anything.
Oh,
No, you didn't.
You didn't note either way.
And you said the dragon's target will be chosen upon an conflict start and will focus on the loser princess until that team scores, or the dragon manages to capture. I see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if the
it's-
dragon does get the princess, it switches.
But if the
I
dragon
see.
dies, it stays on the same target.
Correct.
Guys, are you okay with me killing the dragon? Or attempting to kill the dragon?
like I said, I didn't note it, but that's just one of those little things that like I might need to say is that if the dragon does die, he will go to the middle and switch sides.
And switch sides? Okay.
Yeah. If you
So-
attack, what I'm saying, like if you attack him, he won't switch sides, but if you kill him, he will.
So we should try to get the princess.
Yes. Here, real quick, before we do anything to the dragon, I would like to take a standard action to cast Summon Nature's Ally 6. And
Because the first 5 were not good enough.
they were not. And right here, whoops, because of that one stupid creature that cast Explosion of Rot, I'm going to summon a Stone Giant.
Fancy.
I am a giant. I'm not made of stone.
All right.
Ignore those, please. I'm trying to figure something out with.
This over. And is that like large size?
Yeah. And when he pops in, I yell, attack those two.
And he nods solemnly as a still giant.
Hey guys, I can put a wall of ice over the dragon. Right along the inner part of the wall of thorns. Can we see into the wall of thorns?
Well, I believe the dragon just grabbed the princess and is now in the air.
Is the dragon in the air?
No, he's like swooped upon the princess.
Oh, okay.
So I can put a wall of ice Actually, I can put the wall of ice around the dragon inside of the wall of thorns and trap him in there at least for another turn. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Mm,
All right. Let's
All right,
see.
can we get the princess away from the dragon before we lock
I
up
don't
the dragon?
think so.
Steady might be able to. I mean, if we get the princess away from the dragon, can't we just like pick her up and drag her?
I mean, that's the basic idea.
Say can probably do that.
I had a quick question. I was looking at the stone giants. It says Great Club, then it says +16/16, or +16/+11, which I know that's to hit, but does that mean if he takes a full round action to hit?
Yeah, so full round actions, what they're going to do is they're going to pretty much do what normal full round actions do. They're going to take up a normal action.
Okay, and that's to basically attack
Okay,
twice,
here's
right?
another idea. What if I cast Frostfall? I know it would deal damage to the princess, but it'd only be 2d6 points of cold damage, plus 1d6 per turn that the princess stays in there.
I have another idea that may or may not work, or it would probably at least get us a round. I could, instead of making an actual dome, I could make a fake dome.
What if we did both? So the reason I'm looking at Frostfall is because he can stagger the enemy. Oh wait, shit, that's a 50-foot range. So I'd have to get closer. Never mind.
Illusionary dome, go!
And
Hold
so
on.
the giant
Let me
goes
look-
on mine. Oh, they act immediately. Turn.
Yeah, once you summon it, it does a thing.
Okay.
So if a player dies,
Then we pause while they revive the player.
and then both teams are reset, meaning the dragon would go back to the beginning, but any spells already cast would stay in effect, correct?
No, unless they ran out of time.
Okay, never mind. That's a bad idea. Never mind. I was like, I can kill a player really. I can. I'm trying to figure out. How to delay the dragon by a turn.
Illusionary dome, Vice, go!
Yeah, I think the illusionary wall of ice is a good idea.
Then I do that. I do the thing. You know, the thing.
Oh, okay. As long as it's the thing.
Yay, thing that was
And
done.
then we need to move closer. Is Blast Cap looking at Little Spout and I?
Now, Blast Cap is focusing on it being Candlelight and Darkfire in terms of who he's going to, like. Well, focusing is a relative term. He's focusing on everything as his little like glass eye is just kind of wiggling around as he looks around, but his good eye is looking
Alright.
for Darkfire and Candlelight.
So
Okay.
the first
Little Spout, where did you want to move
I
to?
have this picture in my mind. He's got one normal eye, and he's just got a googly eye pasted over the other side.
Pretty much.
He's Mad Eye Moody.
I'm glad somebody actually caught the reference. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay, like unironically, that was the reference because all these guys have like Harry Potter-esque names, and Mad Eye Moody was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
oh god, that's terrible.
Does Transia have red hair?
Yes.
Okay, so there's that one. You think I haven't noticed these things? Duh.
Oh, I noticed them. I sent him a message, but
Mm.
So-
Okay. Little Spout, where are we moving to?
I would say we continue getting closer.
Okay. I'm following you.
Do, 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 do. Do, do.
so
Boop.
Okay. I'm gonna go there.
Now Blast Cap
Hey.
is focused on you. Hey! It's over.
I am going to cast Fear on him.
Little Spout calls out, "Oh, help me! Help me!"
The DC is 23.
23. Very nice.
Will
Very nice.
save.
Yeah, will save, and that's blast cap.
Yeah.
Good thing these are all druids.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
He does make the save.
Okay, he is shaken for 1 round.
Oof.
Shaky,
No,
shaky, shaky.
He does or does not?
He is shaken for 1 round. If he had failed, he would have been cowering.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
He rolled a 28 for your guys' reference.
No, actually, he would be panicked. If he gets cornered while he's
Right.
panicked, then he comes.
Right, he'd be panicked. But he is shaken for 1 round.
I am so
And
scared.
okay, so how many actions do we still have? We've only used 1, right?
Well,
so
I also
summoned-
made the wall, and
Oh,
the
so that's
summon
3
happened. That's
actions.
3 actions.
Yeah, and real quick, so the stone giant for attacks Kadabra,
What was that?
does that hit? The stone giant immediately attacks Kadabra.
Perf.
Would that hit?
32? Yeah.
And deals.
That doesn't count as an action against us, does it?
No, because it basically acts on.
It like summons in with its arms already raised and crushing
Nice.
down. That's pretty much how it works.
So it's basically a free action attacker that moves on its own. So 50. Oh man, that's horrible. So 15 damage to Kadabra, and then turn and swing at Transia.
Go for it.
Oh, because it gets 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, it's doing a full round attack with the Great Club. Would that hit?
Transia, let me check. Yes.
Alrighty. $18 damage to Transia.
Oof.
Hmm.
Ouch.
Alright. And now, I and my giant are done. For now.
And, David, how do concentration checks work if you get smacked?
Well, first make the concentration check, and let me just check real fast. But you might also just make the concentration check, 'cause you gotta make it.
Yep. Good word, anyway. I'm using the sheets on,
The DC is 10 plus the damage you took plus the level of the spell that you were trying to cast.
Perf. Where is their concentration? Here somewhere. I'll just roll a d20 and then in chat. Concentration checks are just 1d20 plus your spell mod plus your cast level, right?
Yeah. Concentration. Your cast level plus the ability score modifier that they normally use, yes.
Perf. And so that would make the DC. That. Oh, and she actually did keep the spell.
Okay.
What do you know? I was not actually expecting that.
Or wait. Okay. So
Captain.
it's the plus the wisdom modifier plus. What was the 11 from?
Level.
Caster level.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, she is casting
Alright.
just as high level spells as you guys are.
Captain, permission to use 1 action.
Shit. Make it so.
Okay, I'm going to use hydraulic push on Blast Cap. And that is a 20 for
Reflex?
Oh wait, it's a CMB 34.
Oh, CMB 34. His CMD is 21, so yeah.
So what's the rule for CMB about pushing things? Is it for every 5 he goes another 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay, he gets pushed 15 feet back.
Ouch. Oof.
Because if it's 21, that's 13, so 5 plus another 10.
Then another 5 feet just for beating it in the first place. So he gets shoved 4 squares.
There we go.
Poosh.
Oof. Y'all are such bullies.
Yeah.
Little spout lightly baps at Estelle's back. Oh, that was so mean.
And they seem to totally believe it. I'm just putting that out there. Like Like I said, I was taking your bluff into account from earlier.
I am going to add to this bluff and just say, "Be quiet," really loudly.
Little
And,
spout sniffles.
And in the crowd, just out of earshot, I just want to say that Ivory Drop is leaning over, like another character is leaning over to Ivory Drop and just saying, "Ooh, I love it when they get into character."
I'm still waiting. I mean, I can move up for nothing, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
moving is
Yes.
totally a thing you can do.
All right. What's my
As long as
movement?
it's one move. And don't forget you have plus 30.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I have plus my movement, right?
No, you have plus 30.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
is that
plus 30
specifically how
up
it
to your
works?
movement.
Did you guys hate
Plus
it?
30 up to doubling your movement.
How many rounds does that last, by the way? Curiously.
11.
Okay. So this is as far up as I can get without doing it. I guess I'm gonna dash though. Let's do that.
Okay.
Well,
so-
now
I
you're
get
using
what-
an action, but that's okay. So I don't
Oh,
think
yes.
anybody else really has anything else to do.
Okay. So I'm gonna move up forward. Congratulations.
I think you can move further than that if you wanted to.
So that was 11.
So we've got 3
Uh,
actions left.
That was
Could
11.
I?
So really quickly.
Don't forget, both of those moves gets the haste.
Really quickly. Just.
Oh, really?
You said
Yes.
it lasts. You guys said it lasts 11 rounds, right?
Yes.
And each one of these full rounds
suppose I'm
lasts
here.
about a minute.
Oh, then it's gone then, isn't it?
It
Wait.
is-
How would?
Oh.
Oh,
Goodbye, haste.
Should
Oh.
have recast it somewhere.
What was that?
I see.
I said should have recast it somewhere.
Yeah, in a way, if no, never mind. That wouldn't be it. I was gonna say, in a way, if we were all moving, or
You're moving right over here. Steady shoot.
It's true. I did exactly that.
Aha. All right. Do you guys have any more actions?
These nerds shouldn't have
Well,
any
with
good,
our haste worn
attack
off, definitely
opportunity.
no.
Okay. All right. So then we go over to the island hippie.
Now, I hate to bring this up, but it is after 9. I feel like I'm turning into a pumpkin. That is inconvenient for my play style.
Ooh, that's true. You guys like to pick this up later?
Yeah.
should we go through
It
there?
is getting late.
Should we go through at least the other team's turn and the dragon's turn, just so we kind of at the top of initiative again?
Sure.
That sounds good.
All
So
right.
what are they doing?
Let me go over to Mr. Sabra.
Are they going to try to desperately get the princess that's so close to them over into their area?
Well, the funny thing is that let's see. Oh, this is just as an immediate action. They have a lot of teeth to beat. Thronum and Kadavra are going to switch places like this. And he is going to 5 foot right there. Because swap places. That's a feat. And he's gonna give you
I feel I should point out, if you move at all, you can't then 5-foot step.
Ah, that's fair. We'll definitely cast this defensively then from here.
Not the face, not the face!
He is he is well, because they also have what's this other?
Little Spud is basically all her face.
He also has
No.
he also has an allied spellcast.
She needs that to breathe and stuff.
Oh wait, that's a different thing. Cool. They just have a lot of teamwork feats I like to play around with. Anyway, Kadavra is casting defensively. Towards you,
Okay.
Darkfire, giving you a very dirty look. Well, he's trying to, but there's a sudden wall of theoretical ice in the way. And
And can he even see me?
what was that?
Or never mind. I was gonna ask if there was a line of sight spell kind of.
It most
Cast
definitely
it
is not. He's pretty much casting the exact same thing you just did on him, or with this summon nature's ally.
Oh.
Because he's also a druid.
Well, let's see his concentration.
Yes. So
He must concentrate.
120 plus the spell's level, right?
What?
Or
No, I mean,
sorry, the DC is
the concentration is caster level and your casting mod.
casting mod, which or DC is just 15 plus twice the spell's level.
Yes, that is correct.
Oof.
Oh, that does not look successful.
GG spell.
Phew.
Well then, I see how it is.
If casting... Never mind, I see it. The casting defensive means either the spell fails or the spell succeeds, but it does not provoke an attack of opportunity,
That is
right?
correct.
Okay.
As long as you actually cast defensively, you are not leaving the opening to be smashed in the face.
Sweet.
Transia steps back. And, funnily enough, she will also summon Nature's Ally, 6.
That seems to be a very popular thing.
I mean, it's literally a team of druids. There was no way I wasn't giving them, like, summon spells.
Well, I mean, even if you didn't give them summon spells, guess what? They have summon spells.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah, because they could just use their spell slots for that, yeah?
Yes, if they want to cast a summon, they just do.
That's why I will never just prepare a summon Nature's Ally.
There's not much reason to.
No.
Let me, pull up this
Unless you wanted to have one with the meta magic.
here.
Then setting it up ahead of time would make sense.
Alright, and she, rather, is summoning a dire tiger right next to you.
Who's you?
Darkfire, you. Very sweet. That's the most dumb-looking
They-
vampire I've ever seen in my entire life.
Actually can't put one there if they stepped back.
Oh?
Yeah, the only place you can summon it to, I believe.
Well, let's see.
What in the world?
We could put it
I did it wrong?
here. Anywhere along this line, basically.
Ah, it will be right here then.
There you go.
And,
I feel I should point out that this is actually worse for you, Darkfire.
Yes.
and,
Then the kitty does what kitties do.
boing. Yeah?
Yes, they pounce things.
And,
It's actually better if the cat's already next to you.
Whoops.
and you're getting pounced.
Okay.
Alright.
That is a thing that cats do,
Roll.
which means they bite and then 4 claws.
And I just gotta get this sheet up now. Hang on.
Roll all the things. Not just some of the things.
Actually, let me hear. Alright. Does a 22 and a 30 hit your AC?
Let me check. So that's not the right page.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, the 30 does.
Sorry, a 17, a 22, and a 30.
The 17 and 22 do not, but the 30 does.
30 was one. So with just that 30, 11 points of damage from one of the claws. Bonk. Do not get raked.
Alrighty.
And that was so far action. Last Cap's turn. Back to lose my head. And last Cap is in out. And you see he's what is hitting on. So he is also summoning a Nature's Ally.
I had a quick question.
Well, I put in that, obviously. But steady shoot, that's still within your attack of opportunity range.
Well, then I'll be making that attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
Do you have 15 feet of reach, or sorry, 10 feet of reach, or not?
Not by default, no. But I
Then-
know I started right next to him.
Yes, but he 5-footed away, so.
And then he moved again? I guess that's the
What?
rule
No,
of the
he just-
game.
No, he just 5-footed once, but now he's.
He pretty much got
too
flat.
far.
he got blasted this way because hydraulic push, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm next to a big guy," and 5 foot this way, and just he's summoning nature's out.
Right.
Yes.
I apologize, but did Transia cast defensively?
I heard no talk of that.
No, she's not.
Because the stone giant has a reach of 10, and I was just remade aware of this as I was reading its page.
Ah,
Wow. Let's see what happens.
that would hit, yes.
Alrighty.
Roll that damage.
17.
Now she has to make a concentration check whether she likes it or not.
20,
There's a level 5 spell. Level 6 spell.
6.
Yes. 6 plus 7 plus 10.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Not plus 7. Plus 17. She fails.
Aha. Just barely.
Which means the tiger never happened. Pooh.
Let me just double check something. You don't want to mess with it. Oh, not that one. Okay, cool. Yeah. Not quite.
Just
Good
one of
luck,
those
tiger.
might have happened or never did.
I'm going to leave that there, though, and just say that happened with Blast Cap instead, because he was also casting the same thing, and probably...
Well, that works.
Yeah, so, like, that just takes up the third action. There we go.
My giant can throw rocks.
Just messing up all the plans, all their poor plans.
But the giant cannot throw a rock as an attack for the turn.
No.
Although that would be awesome.
Unless we were
I
fighting.
cast a spell. Suddenly a rock smashes into you. What?
And Oblivia is also doing this amazing action of summoning monsters.
Oh, for goodness.
You know, you showed yourself
Yeah.
to be a druid, and they know how dangerous druids can be. In fairness. And what are
Little did they know I was the decoy.
And what are they doing? I think she's gonna make fun of you and summon in a stone giant.
It was Oblivia that summoned this one in.
Yeah. What did you actually cast in? Yours a stone giant? I'm just realizing.
6.
It is a stone giant.
Ah, then you get a fancy one too.
Then suddenly stone giants everywhere.
Stone giants. Laughs a maniacal laugh. Ha 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 ha. Love stone giants. It's to attack you too.
I don't believe that's the correct laughter. It's more of a ha 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 ha.
Exactly, David. Exactly. Giant. That's apparently not me. It's not good. Ha 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 ha. Giant.
I love
There
and
it is.
hate that I get that reference.
Step. Oop. Me too. Like
It has a 10-foot reach.
Yeah, I'm realizing that. Roll 1d20.
You don't understand. The giant just likes to go clubbing.
First attack. Second attack.
Neither hit.
Oof. That's fair. Well, they get one more action. And
The crowd goes wild.
Oblivia is casting. Here. Make sure this. Okay, cool. Casting a spell on you. I need you to give me a will save.
Me again?
Yep.
Man, I've really pissed you off with all my sarcastic remarks, haven't I? You
Yeah, at
said
least it's
will
not an
save.
entire dungeon of this.
Yeah? And so you said will save, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make it? Yeah.
Nothing happens. However, it's kind of weird because a little like moon had appeared over you for a second. Fancy, fancy, fancy.
Could I make a small spellcraft check?
Go for it. I'll
What are you
count that
talking
as-
about? That's perfectly standard.
It was a fancy moon spell.
Darn it.
And it is the dragon's turn. And what else would he do but take this princess? Fly up. Fly.
There is a dome of ice over his head.
Oh yes, this is true. Well, he would try to break out of it. Is this
So he would
is this-
attack it?
Yeah, he would attack it.
Which means he gets to make a will save.
Ho 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 ho.
What is he, Santa?
And
I mean, maybe.
actually,
Stop judging him.
This is an actual person, so I get to roll. Which is probably actually worse, but whatever.
Will save.
Yep, I'm getting his up. He is not a dragon. Probably won't have as high as
See, once Isdil turns level 19, he will offer to become the dragon.
Then he wastes his action smashing the dome, but then the dome fades before his eyes, and you can see right through it. Whoa.
You see him squint a little, and then just kind of.
Little Spout looks innocent,
And,
but it still wasted his turn
Yup,
breaking through it.
and we can resume this next time.
Alright.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
All right, let me get over here. I hope y'all had fun watching. For those who did, I'll see everybody later. Say
I
bye.
have but one thing to say to those who are watching. I'm sorry.
I must concur.
That's just how it be. All right, I'm pushing the button.